I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make a bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your main man, Uncle Freezy, the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe, and welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive. What's good? What's good? Welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive, y'all. Y'all want to start this party right? Y'all want to start this party quickly, right? Let's set it off. Blue tears, orange tears, Blorange tears. Bim! Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, boss. All right. Throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Scream. What's good? What's good, party people? Good morning. Get that energy up. Get crunk up. Let's go. Let's go. All right. All right. Salute, salute, salute. Salute, JJ. Don P is in the building. Almighty Finesse, what's good? T. Williams, what's good? I see you. Evergreen G still on the road. Pudge, nice. What's good? Snipes Entertainment is in the building. Rich Boy. Eli M, what's good? Joe Madden, what's good? Shine Cubes is in the building. What's good? What's good? Let me start this thing off with a quote by the great American poet Grand Poobah. Right? Grand Poobah says, now a lot of people think this is easy as it looks. Books around concepts and hooks. Session to session to get books manifested. Stressing and stressing to hit the world with a blessing. That's how I feel every day about being the #1 chief rock in Knicks universe for y'all. Corey Lee is in the building. What's good? DP, are you with me? David Parker is in the building. What's good? David Parker is in the building. DP, are you with me? Let's go. Let's go. Let me do this. Let me bring something up real quick, something I was looking at while I was waiting behind the scenes for the clock to tick down so that we can get started. Can y'all see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. That's pretty big. Y'all can see that. That's pretty big. So the New York Knicks announced the official trade that was agreed to with the Detroit Pistons through the Knicks PR Twitter account. The New York Knicks trade Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel to Detroit. Dateline, New York, July 11th, 2022. The New York Knicks announced today that the team has acquired the draft rights to Nikola Reddish and a future second-round draft pick from Detroit in exchange for guard Alec Burks, center Nerlens Noel, 2 future second-round draft picks and cash considerations. Reddish, 6'5", 200, was originally selected in the second round, 57th overall by Denver in the 2015 NBA draft. He currently plays for Bilbao. Burks, 6'6", 216, appeared in 130 games, 49 starts for New York, averaging 12.1 points, 4.8 rebounds, 2.1 assists over 27.5 minutes over 2 seasons. He originally signed as a free agent on November 22nd, 2020, and then re-signed August 18th, 2021. Noel, 6'10", 200 pounds, averaged 4.6 points, 6.2 rebounds, 1.9 blocks over 23 minutes in 89 games, 52 starts over 2 seasons for New York. He was originally signed by New York as a free agent November 25th, 2020, and then re-signed on August 11th, 2021. Bem. Did we get enough? Is what I'm thinking. Did the Knicks get enough in that trade in return for Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel? What are y'all thinking? Did the Knicks get enough in this trade? A draft and stash player, a future second-round pick, right? Draft and stash, future second-round pick, to dump Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks, and gave up cash considerations and gave up 2 second-round picks. What are y'all thinking? Y'all know we always. My mic is off. Y'all say my mic is off? Let me check something. No, my mic good. My mic good. My mic Gucci. I can hear it on YouTube. Yeah, my mic good, bro. I can hear it on YouTube, man. Okay. Yeah, I could hear it. I could hear it on YouTube coming through crystal clear. It's actually too sharp. It's too. I need to turn this mic down. Okay. Okay. It's the internet, y'all. Ain't nothing we can, you know. The internet is undefeated, right? And defeated at the same time. Right? The internet is defeated and undefeated at the same time. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but when I'm watching myself on YouTube right now, and I can hear personally, I can hear everything on YouTube right now. Say it's playing back in my ear right now. Yeah, it must be an intermittent issue. So what are y'all thinking about the Nerlens Noel Alec Burks trade now that you see the particulars? I see my guy Don P in the chat. Let me put the link in the chat for Don P. Don P, my brother. What's good, boss?
Yo, what's good, Uncle Freezy? How's it going, man?
Good, man. Good, man. This energy is up, bro.
Hey, man, yo, you represent New York in a New York personified, bro. You just don't never sleep, bro.
Don't ever
Sleep,
bro. We just wrapped up. At like 3:00. I worked on some stuff till 5:00. Did vibes and stuff at 8:00, and here I am. RAW.
I gotta ask, man, what's driving you, man? What's the drive behind that, man?
Love, bro. It's the love for the fans, and you know the love, the drive. You know, trying to be great, trying to do something bigger than you know what already has existed for me. You know what I'm saying, bro? I legit worked 25 years in corporate America, bro, for a lot of different companies, big banks, firms, asset management companies. And so I did a lot of stuff for them, right? And they would always tap into my talent, right? They would always be like, man, you know, they would always dangle the carrot, but I would never get the carrot, right? And so I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Jay Boogie, what's good? I was just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just start doing this stuff on my own. And they always deter me, no, don't go. It's wolves out there. And I got out here, and there are some wolves, but mostly it's just sheep like me out here. People just trying to, you know, get along and trying to just do the right thing, just trying to hang out, just trying to fellowship. You know what I'm saying? Of course, it's wolves everywhere. You know what I'm saying? There's dangers everywhere, but for the most part, people just trying to live. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I just gotta give a shout out, man. Hey, you been doing your thing, man. Like I said, you've been doing your thing. You've been up. I appreciate the passion. And
Yeah, man.
it's always a blessing to be over here, to be on the panel, man. Even with my wild takes, you still have me on here, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Just keep on. Bro. Just keep on with your thoughts, bro. just keep on with your thoughts and your passions, bro. Just keep on rocking, man. And because the older you get, the more you realize what other people's opinions. They have their own opinion. Why shouldn't you have yours?
Hey, that's the beauty of it.
Wait a minute. Did the puppy come in here and leave us? Hold on.
What up, J Boogie?
Yo, what's up, Don P? What's good, man? How you doing, my brother?
Hey man, I'm cooling, man. I just got back on, man. I got back last night, man. I was telling people I was taking care of my son.
Right.
Yeah, he had caught that COVID. It hit him pretty bad. So I
Okay.
just want my attention on my son. He's straight now, though. So I can come
Man,
over here and I can
blessings,
put
man.
my ish, you know what I mean? Is that what?
Good, man. Glad he doing better and feeling better, man. Word up, man, because that thing is tough out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
it's bad. It's real bad. You know what I mean? But like, it's all good, man. At the end of the day, like I say, we all got one life, man, and that's why, you know what? I appreciate what you do, man. It seems like you're going for what you want in life. You know what I mean? No matter what, it seems like Freezy's doing what he's doing, and y'all doing what y'all love to do, and that's what it's all about. Why you still got this life to live, you dig?
right. You gotta love and appreciate, man. Anytime your eyelids is unattached and you see that thing in front of you, it's called life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Because nothing is promised for anybody in the world today. But
Nope.
once you get it and you receive it and you see everything that's in front of you, that's your life. That's your choice to do anything that you want to do. But be grateful and thankful that you're here every day. You know what I'm saying? And don't miss no ways of life while you're living it, man. Enjoy
Right.
every bit of it, man. Because the way things is going on today, man, it's tough out here, man. It's real tough. That goes for everybody. Shout out to the chat too. It goes for y'all in the chat too, man. You know what I'm saying? Be healthy, be safe, man. Be grateful, be thankful. Thank them sometime. Thank them for some time before you ain't never thank them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Be grateful for what you got going on in life, man. You never know, man. So I try not to let nothing bother me. You know what I'm saying? I done been through it all, seen it all, done a lot of it, you know what I'm saying? Made it out of things I should have never made it out of, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
grateful to have a new start and a new beginning, a new path for, you know what I'm saying, for me to put my feet in my shoes and walk in. And that's the blessings of the Almighty, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what nobody else believe in, whatever their faith is, but it's only really one God. It's just he's in a form of different, you know what I'm saying, religion. But you know what I'm saying? I give thanks for every day of my life, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what I noticed, man? The older you get, the more you be appreciative of simple stuff,
Yeah.
like friendship. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? When you young, you think a certain way, and then when you get older, you get in your 50s,
Mm-hmm.
you just be grateful for dependable friends. And I'm talking about I'm not talking about friends that they give you stuff like money or food or stuff, but dudes just that be rock steady, like a ear that you can lean on when you need to just vent,
Mm-hmm.
or or you be that person that they come to like, man, listen, I just need somebody to talk to. I don't need nothing. Just listen to me just for a few minutes. And they
Right.
just vent. You know what I'm saying? The little stuff, bro. You be thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you young, you be thanking God for them Jordans. Like, God, I thank you for allowing me to work this overtime so I can buy these Jordans. But when
Mm-hmm.
you get 50 and you look back on all the friends that ain't made it, like lost people, lost loved ones, all the way up to that where you at today, and you wish they were still here. You know what I'm saying? And but
Mm-hmm.
they not, and ain't no way you can rewrite it or change it.
That's
But
right.
then new people come in your life, and you just be thankful for them because they
You-
can't replace the people that's not here, but they can stand in the gap for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that's just my thing, man. That's all, Don. That's the reason why I'm passionate about doing this thing, being
And
here.
I dig it, man. I dig it. You know what I mean? Like I said, that get all the respect in the world for that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
man.
inspiring, if not anything.
Yeah, man.
You know.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, man.
when you get old, you have to be grateful and thankful of these things that you have now, because you might not be able to get it again. So that's why we take care things. That's why we appreciate them. That's why we do what we do at the older ages to take care of things. When you're younger, you say to yourself, "Oh, I ain't worried about. I get another pair of sneakers. Don't trip. I'll get
Yeah.
another car. I ain't tripping on that." But you know, when you move on, you get to that elderly stage. No, you appreciate the things you have now, and you don't be in that mind frame. Oh, I'll get another one. Oh, I'll replace it. No, I don't want to get another one. I don't want to replace it. I worked hard to get it now. I don't want to have to do that again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What up, Hard Will?
What's good, y'all?
What's good? What's good, G?
What's good? What's good,
Yeah.
Freeze?
Queens in the building.
Salute to the panel. Salute to the chat.
Yeah, man.
Are you from Queens, Harville?
Yeah, I'm from Far Rock.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
That's where I grew up at, you know, all over New York, but I mainly lived in Far Rock.
Right.
I lived in BK in the Bronx too, but I grew up in Far Rock.
Right.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
look,
man.
Huh?
Hardwell, I wanna run something by you now that I got you here.
Sure.
I'm gonna say this, and I know some people in the panel gonna laugh. They like I'm the homer, right? But I do analysis, bro. Like when I get off the live streams, I legit look at stuff like research stuff. What's to stop the Knicks from sending 2 players to the All-Star game this year?
That's a good question. Themselves,
Right.
because, you know, every year you have a new player that is trying to accomplish that goal. Hopefully Julius Randle try to learn and get back there if he gonna be on our team. RJ should be trying to get there. If he look around and he see all his peers, the same guys he came in with, getting these bags and going to the All-Star games and all that stuff. If that's not enough motivation right there, then I don't know.
So I did a shot chart breakdown to myself. I ain't share it with the world, right? Because a lot of times when you make a point, like when you do a live stream and you want to talk to the people, you want to do your research before you say. You don't want to research on the air, right? And then have somebody mistake a mistake that you make for you not being knowledgeable and not being believable, or the information that you given, they perceive it not the way that you intended it to be perceived. So I do a lot of research off the air, right? So I'm looking at shot charts, right? And so RJ Barrett, Julius Randle like to shoot the ball from a certain place on the floor, right? Jalen Brunson likes to shoot the ball from a certain place on the floor. Mitchell Robinson likes to shoot the ball from a certain place on the floor. Quentin Grimes likes to shoot it. Oh, the bucket is fire this morning, bro. We up here in style, bro. I'm gonna say I got a hat on. I'm gonna just turn my camera off. I'm embarrassed. yeah. But the thing is when you look at these players' preferred shot, their shot charts and their preferred place to shoot it. And why I say preferred is because certain areas on the floor, they shoot more from those spots than in other spots. And I think they either prefer to shoot from there or the system is designed for them to shoot from there. Either way, that's the place where they're the most effective eating at, right? When you look at what the Knicks did in Summer League with the Spanish pick and roll and some offsets, horned plays, I'm thinking the Knicks could send 2 All-Stars or 2 players to the All-Star game. 2 of them. Can I tell you who they are?
Let's hear it, Freeze.
All right. So here goes. Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes can be first-time All-Stars for the Knicks. Here's why. You already heard the stat about Jalen Brunson Jalen Brunson the last 2 seasons, 90% of fishes in the 90th percentile in the pick and roll, and he had a 84-ish% conversion rate and such and such. So, all these numbers, right? You can put all these numbers on the screen, and people still won't know what it means. Basically, what it means is he's an excellent pick and roll player. Basically, is what it means, right? I think Jalen Brunson can get to the All-Star game off of 50, 40, 90 splits. Or somewhere in that neighborhood. Definitely the 50% part. The 40% would be the reach. The 90% part would be kind of a reach. But I'm thinking 50, 39, 84% from the free throw line. I think those type of numbers gets Jalen Brunson to the All-Star game. And I think Quentin Grimes' defense and three-point shooting might be able to get him into All-Star consideration.
Hey, Freezy, can you do me a favor? Can you put on that meme? Can you put that Dawson meme on?
The what?
That Dawson meme?
You talking about? Oh, you talking about? Let me see if I can.
Freezy. Do you think?
That's Jalen Brunson right there. That's reaching.
So Jalen Brunson at making the All-Star team is.
There's a reach. Dawson.
It's a reach. So I'm reaching like Dawson that the Knicks starting backcourt can make the All-Star team.
I think Brunson got a better chance because hopefully Tibbs gives Grimes the opportunity if he's playing well enough. That's what it's going to boil down to. I don't think the Summer League could help him because Tibbs is watching. Don't get me wrong, but he going to have to come in and outplay whoever's in the spot, whoever Tibbs trying to give the spot to.
Oh man.
So, that would play a major part, Freeze. Because if you're not playing a decent amount of minutes or you got to be comfortable in your flow to make the All-Star.
I just think you got to just have a breakout season. I think whoever plays the two for the Knicks is going to have a breakout season. And so Knicks fans are saying that they want Grimes to start. So I said Grimes' name.
Mm-hmm.
But if RJ starts at the two for the Knicks, RJ's going to make the All-Star team, in my opinion. If Fournier, I know this is going to sound like a reach, right? But if Fournier starts, I think Fournier might be an All-Star consideration, right? If Grimes starts at the two, like Knicks fans want, I think Grimes can be an All-Star consideration. If RJ started the two, he definitely going, right? If RJ started the two, he definitely going, right? But what I did is I started at this point with, I think Emmanuel Quickly is going to be the most improved player in the league, right? And that's because I thought initially that Emmanuel Quickly can start at the two next to Jalen Brunson. And then Summer League starts. And I see this Knicks Summer League team run the Spanish pick and roll over and over in the first game. Just over and over again, over and over, right? And so I see an athletic big set a screen, roll to the basket. I see a four that can't shoot, get open looks from the mid-range, right? Then I see the two rotate to the corner after the three cuts baseline to the rim, right? And if your defense is designed to stop all of those, guess what happens? The primary ball handler gets a wide open look from about 12 feet.
Right.
Because how you defeat the pick and roll is by outnumbering it, right? You outnumber the pick and roll, right? So if the pick and roll coming, you got three guys to defend two offensive guys, right? Spanish pick and roll, you have four guys to cover three guys, right? And then you got one player left to make a decision who he's going to cover. Is he going to cover the guy cutting baseline or the spot up 3-point shooter in the corner, right? And what happens is, I'm sorry, the spot up 3-point shooter off the wing. And what happens is when that guy goes out to the wing or pauses, then he gets backdoor for about a dude in the corner that's cutting baseline. And we always like, hey, man, why he getting backdoored? It's not like he didn't know that dude was over there. He had to make a decision on which player was the bigger threat. And he made that decision. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Klay Thompson is out here at the 3-point line and Andrew Wiggins is cutting baseline. Shit, I got to go out there and get Klay. So if Andrew Wiggins backdoor me, man, somebody got to rotate. But you can't leave Klay Thompson out here for 3.
Or have threats on the floor.
Right. So my thing is, so my thing is the addition of 2 things, the new additions, the addition of the Spanish pick and roll, if they implement that, and it looks like they will at certain times, because they tried to run it to death in the first half of the Warriors blowout. Looked like they were trying to run it. But I'm sorry, not Grimes, but McBride is not a natural point guard yet. So it just looked like mumbo jumbo. It looked like the Soul Train Scrabble board out there. That's what it just looked like, a whole bunch of just stuff everywhere, right? Right. But a point guard like Jalen Brunson, who is a legit, more than capable point guard, gets us into this set. Because the 2 things you can do when you have those bigs set the screen up top, you can split those bigs, right? And push him out to have him on the outside. His inside foot should be right outside the paint. This is technical talk. So if he is on the right side, if he's on your right side of you, his left foot should be right outside the paint with his outside hand up, ready to take a pass from you over the top where he can finish at the rim. You have a cutter. You have a guy spotted up in this corner on the opposite side, right? As soon as you penetrate and the weak side defender comes, the point guard has 3 options. The lob here to your big with his foot outside of the paint, the cutter coming baseline, or the 3-point shooter that relocated from the top of the key to the wing so that you can see him, right? And what happens is if all those things fail, you can pass back to the guy open for 18-foot Julius Randle, or you could take the 12-foot jumper, or keep going until you can get to your floater. Right? If you can't stop and listen, for people that say this is too complicated, why is it too complicated and the Dallas Mavericks run it to death? The Dallas Mavericks run it to death, right? They put an unathletic dude, Luka Doncic, in it, and he looks like the second coming of Space Jam in it, right? Right.
Yeah, I can visualize what you're saying.
Yeah. So now all those empty possessions of Emmanuel quickly waiting on Obi to cut baseline, Obi not recognizing a certain thing, now quickly throws up a contested floater. People like quickly just shoot all the time. Nah, it's a lot of stuff to go into the fluidity of a basketball offense. It's not just bring it down, pound it, and then jack up a 25-footer. That's not how NBA offenses work. Or that's not how they should work.
Freezy, the other thing I'm going to say about this is, first of all, a lot of your audience right now are Googling what is Soul Train Scrabble board. I have to figure out what is Soul Train.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. My bad.
Me and you and Jay Boogie are like, of course.
My bad.
We need to block those viewers.
Yeah, we need to.
But only, no, don't block them. Block those viewers. Block them if they're over 45.
Exactly.
And they don't know. If they're over 45 and they don't know, yeah, they need to be blocked.
Right. But the other one is Justin Smith. I saw it talk. As soon as you saw us talking, he's wearing who is Grimes going to beat out? Middleton, Butler, Beal, DeRozan, Levine, Brown, Tatum. He starts to run down the list of all the possible twos out there. That Grimes, even though this year they're going to change the voting a little bit to a little bit more positionless, right?
Right.
But I'm just saying, who's they going to beat out in the East?
I don't care. I don't care who they beat out. The thing is every time we say, hey, Sarge, listen, every time you say, hey, something good can happen for the Knicks, somebody is going to say, well, what about this bad thing? Bad things might happen.
True.
I'll tell you how we could do it. And what I took from Summer League was that they sharing the ball a lot. They looking like they happy to play with each other. And I think that's what our team need to do. If we could do that, then we could we can win. That's what win games, learning how to really play with your team. Right. Seeing where people like the ball. Now that you got Brunson, you take guys off a lot of ball pressure that they had before, and they could kind of fall, where they more comfortable. And we got to hang our hats back on some defense. I think if we do that and play together, we could do something. I ain't saying nothing crazy, but we could beat some teams. We lost a lot of close games. You know what I'm saying? And I think now when you got somebody who know how to take control a little bit, and a point guard is gonna help, of course, but that'll help us like have a coach on the floor in tight situations, and hopefully Randall will have energy, because he didn't have energy in the fourth quarters from, forcing shots or using a lot of energy. At times he may not have to moving forward, and that can help us too.
Right. Hey, it's not just Randall though.
I just used that point because I think he used a lot of energy that he didn't have to, and that'll help us at the end because he can help us win games because he's a scoring force.
Right. There's a lot of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose didn't look like the Derrick Rose before he got hurt. He didn't look like the Derrick Rose that we were used to. He didn't look like the spark plug. You know what I'm saying? Initially. And I think that's because Derrick Rose now, the last picture that we saw of Derrick Rose looked like he was overweight.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Yeah, he was looking like a Frankfurter too, man.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, man.
That's the problem. You got to give these young guys more minutes, because I feel like if we see flashes of what these guys could do, then they got to play more, so you could build them up for the following season in the future. If we feel like we can't really compete in the East, but I think we'll be all right, my opinion.
So in your opinion, what are we trying to do this year? Are we winning or developing? Because
they better be developing if they passed up how they came out the draft, which to me is good. Like, to me, if you're saying you developing is good, because we have decent players that if they play now is the key part. And why I say it that way is because other teams are doing that, and I would hate to see a younger guy come in the NBA and catch up to some of our guys who've been in the NBA for a year because of the minute opportunity, because of the trying to win now mind frame reference to, okay, we looking at what we're going to be a couple seasons from now. We'll keep building off what we have because we're not making no crazy moves. To me, that would make sense if that's the case. And have a coach going to come out here and go in a different direction, even though, honestly, some of the moves they made, Shetton, Taj, moving, Burks, is showing that they're going in that direction. Hopefully.
Yeah, I second that what Hard Will just said. You know what I mean? Last night, I sat there and said that I didn't know what direction he was going in, but it seems that they move all the veterans. It seems like it's obvious, that they're going in a younger direction. So yeah, I second that. I just want to see. I'm interested to see how RJ improves this season, because he has a trajectory of improving every season. So I'm interested to see if he's actually gonna make this jump. now that he's up for a contract. You know, I'm interested to see how Julius Randle responds to all the criticism against him, and see if he's going to get back to form, if that's even possible. That I don't know. And I'm also interested to see how Jalen Brunson, what kind of a player will he be under Tom Thibodeau instead of Jason Kidd?
Yeah, I actually see the season as winning. It looks developing, but I think it's winning because I think every position is either improvement with the player or improvement by the player. And then with the potential rotations and Tibbs, changing a little bit of his thought process, it looked like 37 wins should not be a problem because we did it last year with excluded injuries, but with lesser talented players or players who are past their prime. We have guys who were out of position and guys whose skill set and confidence level was not there. This year we got point guard, huge improvement. The two, as far as working together, experience, recognizing their position and where they should be, no matter which one we put there, improvement. Let me skip the 3 for a sec because that's what I'm going to have to see what we're going to do there. But the 4, no doubt improvement just because Randall should be in a better mindset, better conditioning, better play with a point guard. Of course, we got Obi confidence level way up there. 5, no question improvement all the way around from 1, 2, and all 3 of them. Mitch is the older one. We got to see what he's been working on, but there's no doubt that Mitch is working and should change his game. So if we're going to improve on all those levels and with a coach making his adjustments that he should be making with, Rick Brunson right there and assistant coaches right there with, management putting in a little pointers here and there, it looks like we're going to be with a winning record, and therefore I'm not even looking development anymore. I'm looking it's a winning while developing.
But you can't do both, bro.
Right, I know. It feels like
you can't win and develop at the same time because if you can win, you don't need to develop. Right. So it's and I'm saying in general.
Right.
And because people will be like, well, you can always improve. Nobody perfect. Hey man, nobody said you can't win and develop at the same time, bro. You gotta let these kids run these systems, get their bodies right, play through mistakes, develop chemistry, right? Improve themselves, get tested, right? Because some of these kids ain't even been tested yet.
Right.
Game 2 on the road, game on the line, you down by 2, they quick kick it out to Grimes for 3. What's gonna happen there? Is he big shot Grimes? Or is he nervous, clank it off the side thing? You look in his eyes and he looks shook. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he's either or, but when you've never been in that position, you don't know as a coach and you don't know as a player. Because the thing about basketball, bro, for people that play basketball, they think it's like, man, just be in shape, the cardio thing, man. Nah, man, your heart beat different when things are on the line, bro. When look at the essence of things. Look at 12-year-old kids when they play the game, and say they up by 5, right? But the other team is coming back and they were up by 20, but now they only up by 5, and you got 4 minutes left to go in the game. Look at your team. Are they looking shook? Are they looking shook right now? Yo, those are the raw emotions of the game, bro. This is like the stuff you don't know until you been there and done that, so to speak. Like say for instance, those that coach kids, I'll be like, yo, look at your kids. Your kids did everything you told them to do, and they gave it their all, and they still down by 11 with 6 minutes left to go in the game. And they did everything you said to a T. They gave it they all. They played hard. They did their very best, and they still lose by 11. Right? Are they ready to quit right now? because they did everything that was asked. They did everything that was asked of them, and they still losing, right? So they thinking, now what? I done gave everything I got. Now what? Right? But you ain't seeing Grimes and McBride and RJ and Obi and Quickly and Mitch. You ain't never seen them in these situations, bro. So you got to see them in these situations to understand what you have as a franchise. You got to see them in that. And for those that say, you know, said the game is just a game, man, you just gotta the game is never just a game.
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah, y'all remember? Hey, Sarge, you remember Farron Hunt missed that dunk last season?
Yeah.
His first shot in the NBA, he doinked that dunk off the back iron. He was wide open. The game in the Garden that Sunday afternoon, and Obi ran straight to him and slapped him on the butt like, "Come on, big fella, we know you nervous, man. You got it. You belong here."
Right.
Obi now was talking to like, "Hey, Farron Hunt, you belong here, bro. You can play. Don't calm down. Just play your game." Tibbs was laughing. That's the only time I saw Tibbs laughing on the sideline the whole season when Farron Hunt missed that dunk. Right? He wasn't laughing at Farron Hunt like, "Oh, this kid can't dunk." He laughing like this kid is trying so hard. This kid want to be here so bad that he just a bundle of nerves. You know what I'm saying? So you got to see these. You got to see these type of things, man. You got to see these type of things. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Yo, nah, Uncle Freezy, you just putting too much sauce on it." You know what I'm saying? In order to get to this level, you got to be able to play. And I understand that's part of it. You got to be able to play to get to this level. But at the same time, you still talking about human beings, bro.
Yeah, that brings me to Cam Reddish. I think that it's either two things with him. Either I feel like he may be an all-star because it's a lot on the line for him. I'm quite sure he's well aware of his reputation around the league. I'm quite sure a lot of people, he's well aware of people talking about his potential all the time. This time is the right time for him to either put up or shut up. You know what I mean? At this point, nobody's really gonna talk about his potential no more. Now everybody's gonna talk about what he actually has done. But I hope that Thibodeau gives him the minutes to at least see what we got in him. You know what I mean? If he's bad, then yeah, trade him. If he's good, that good to where he could be an asset to us, why not keep him?
Don P, Cam Reddish went to Duke, bro. He ain't go to no offbeat school like Kansas or Kansas State or nothing like that. He went to Duke, bro.
That's what I'm gonna say. A lot of stuff don't add up.
I'm just
on.
It
don't add up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just chilling, Freezy. I mean, I can come in and say something, but don't be taking shots at me and my J-Hawk,
Yo, you know,
you got the most wins in the NCAA tournament.
Because Cam,
what happened?
I'm just trying to take a shot because I ain't saying nothing. You know what I'm saying? And compare my Jayhawks. You know what I'm saying? He threw that out there compared to Duke. No, you can't compare nobody to Jesse. But we got the most wins in NCAA history.
Jay Boogie said, "Drop that meme. Drop your meme again. Drop that meme."
Oh man, come on, man.
You know what? We talk about Cam's passion. You know what? You know what Cam remind me of? Y'all remember that? Y'all ever seen that movie Fresh?
Yeah.
You know that dude who was hooping, who was busting everybody behind, but he was quiet with it.
Yeah.
I believe that's Cam. Cam is not one of those dudes. He ain't gonna talk trash to you. He's gonna let everybody else talk for him.
Yeah.
I just think that he's misunderstood. I think he does got that heart, that aggressiveness. It just he's not the type of dude to talk trash. I think like in every hood or city area where people hooping, like you see at least one dude like that who's quiet but got skills. He could hoop.
Yeah, I think Cam is B Rabbit.
Cam need to stop trying to think he a pretty boy and realize he around some men that are professional people that have businesses and stuff outside of basketball, have lives outside of basketball, has families and stuff outside of basketball. He need to get ugly instead of thinking he a pretty boy, because we ain't studying all that. We don't care how you look. We want to see the hard work and the energy on the floor. And if we don't get there, if he doesn't get there, and guys that are in front of him or guys that are behind him are playing better, whereas he can't catch up to somebody or somebody's catching up to pass him, he's going to find himself up out of here quickly. And then his name is going to drift further and further. You know what I'm saying? Because if you look around the league, if you come to New York and you can't make it in for the Knicks, you know what I'm saying, as a low budget player, knowing that we're not there yet and we're still seeking and looking for talent, and you can't come here and make a name for yourself, guess what? People are going to look at you like, yo, you couldn't even play over there with some of the Knicks, and they ain't even stacked over there. So we don't need you over here. So this season right here, his whole career is online. Career is completely online. But I do believe right now, man, everybody on this team is coming here to win next year. Ain't nobody coming in thinking about developing, no nothing. Dudes is coming in here thinking it's straight in their face about last year. And I know two things that we have going on. One, we know we got a point guard going into the season. Two, we all feel like Julius has a chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Three, we know RJ has something he got to prove. So if you put our top three players together and form them up and create some type of chemistry with them, which it should be a whole lot easier because we got a point guard. You know what I'm saying? We can do a lot of things. But I just always feel like developing time is when you ain't on that court. You know, when you get on that court, you just gaining experience. I don't think nobody's developing right now. Even them guys in summer league, they trying to display what they done worked on and develop all during the off season and showcase what they can do. You know what I'm saying? On the court, they doing everything what's supposed to be done, and they listening to their coach, so that can just carry over. But man, I mean, right now, I think everybody got something to prove. Everybody, you know, they want to win and get back. They want to, you know, show the fans and everybody, you know, we had a bad season. We back. We know we're supposed to have the, you know what I'm saying, carried on from going to the playoffs the year before, you know, but things didn't happen right. This year, give us another chance. And I'm there for them. But the thing is, like you said, Freezy, if the guys who are not playing in the summer league that are our main players and can watch these guys, and I hope they're watching them in summer league and do exactly what they're doing in the summer league, then we're going to cause some problems from other people because them guys over there in that summer league, they are balling. They are playing. I never in my life seen a game where a team clamp you from never making a run. You know, most of the time, you know, basketball is about runs. We're going to make a run. You know, the other team's going to make a run. Them guys clamp them for even thinking about catching up. No.
Yeah.
You're done all game long. Get up out of here. And, man, I was shocked at that. I've never seen that type basketball before. Never. Shut you down for 4 quarters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And Dice Yoshimoto is and for people that don't know, don't get it twisted. Dice Yoshimoto is not a guy from D'Antoni that Tom Thibodeau hired to come in to be. Nah, Dice Yoshimoto is from the Tom Thibodeau coaching tree. He got him when he was young, and he been with Tibbs everywhere he go. Tibbs is grooming this guy in his image. So a lot of that stuff that we seeing now in the summer league is not Dice Yoshimoto just going in his bag. This is a directive from the top down. These are the things that we want to work on. These are the things we want the kids to do. We want the point guard to pick up 94 feet. We want to run this Spanish pick and roll so that we'll have 5 options on the offensive play instead of 2. All these things. This is coming from Tibbs. Tibbs them had 3 months to go back and look at review the season. Like all coaches, not just Tibbs, but all 30 NBA coaches had 3 months to look back at their roster, see what they did wrong, watch all the games, right? So they can look at rotation management, roster management, minute management, tempo management, time and score management, play call management, all these things, how they manage the entire season in every aspect of it. Did right here when I call for Burks, should I have called for Miles McBride right here? Yes, you should have called for Miles McBride right here. How I know? Alec Burks is gone. Miles McBride is still here. Right?
Yeah.
Yo, did when Kimbo did such and such and such, should I had played more quickly and McBride more at point instead of trying to do yes. Because Kemba Walker is gone. Right? So all these things, these moves, like should instead of playing Nerlens Noel, man, should I just have went straight to Jericho Sims? Or should we have upgraded at center? Yes. Because Nerlens Noel is gone and you signed a decent backup center, and Jericho Sims looks like he's going to compete with that backup center that you signed for minutes. Because this whole thing is that hold on for a split second. Hold on. Hey, gorgeous. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree with Freezy though on that, because I feel like some of our other players would have been better with those minutes when, you know, he put those guys in and they moved those players because they wasn't going to be future Knicks. I said that a long time ago. I felt that way. That was my whole point of development when I used to fight for, like, saying how we developing, but we playing old heads over guys that's not going to really be on our team in the future, not knowing that they was going to move the contracts or get those guys away as fast as they did, which kudos to them for moving them. But at the same time, that was my whole point.
This playing style though should translate to faster rotations. I mean, not no one playing really 40 minutes. If you're gonna start D'ing up 94 feet, that means you should be worn out within 6 to 8 minutes of playing that style, even as a starter. And this is worn out, but I mean almost ready to get the sub in. So I don't know, 8 to 10 minutes a quarter is where I'm looking at these guys, at least before they got to get subbed out, at least for a couple minutes for a breather. Would you agree to that?
No.
Okay. Go ahead.
No, and the reason why is because the Spanish pick and roll is not designed to increase your offensive tempo. You run it so that you'll have more threats in your offensive set, right? Like both screeners are going to be. It's like you running the pick and pop and the pick and roll at the same time. One big is going to pop, the other one is going to roll. But as a defense, you don't know which until the play starts, right?
Okay.
So even if you have Randall and Obi on the floor, say running this play, conventional wisdom is Obi's the roller, Randall's the popper, right? But Brunson, once he sees the defense, shoves Randall in the back. Randall rolls to the basket. Obi's the popper. The defense you call the coverage is out of sorts. Now you might get Julius Randall going to the basket for a dunk, right? You don't know, or they are both. It just presents a whole bunch. It just presents so many more options on offense because now, if Obi's going to the basket, the lob threat is genuine, right? Right. Cam Reddish cutting baseline, a lob threat is genuine, right? You say you pack the paint, you bring 4 guys down there to cover that. The kick out to Evan Fournier or Quentin Grimes is a real threat. You can't do that all game long.
Okay. I'm actually talking from the defensive point of view, because normally when I'm playing, is defense where you can take a quick little breath while the other team tries to go into their half court. But if you're going to be D'ing up 94 feet, it means you got to be ready for the guard on the other team. Guard to guard, you're going to be right there, 94 feet away. But as a forward and you're running down court, you got to be ready that no Obi-like guys running the sidelines trying to get a lob. So you're going to be moving much faster and, much more active, basically playing the whole, 94 feet of the court rather than taking breathers on, after you get a shot. You walk back and kind of like, okay, let's wait for the half-court setup. I'm just thinking like that from that point of view. Of course, the other aspect is if you're conditioned the way Tibbs like to get his guys conditioned, yeah, you could probably run 40 to 44 minutes a game and be all right. But I'm thinking from the point of view of full court press, 94 feet of play, never stopping. Everything is always moving, lateral movements that you got to take a little breather every so often. Which the reason I'm saying it, maybe because people talk about the aspect of bias, where you want to do where you're biased towards having a certain kind of play. So for me, I'm trying to look towards having more of the guys playing than less. I don't want to see an 8 to 9 man rotation. I really want to see minimum 10. That's my point of view.
Yeah, and that's what worries me, because that seems like that's out of Tom Thibodeau's comfort zone to play more than 9 dudes at a time. I think that's in all the rotations that I've seen him play, from the Timberwolves to the Chicago Bulls. He does what he does. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because there was a time when that worked out for him.
Right.
But in this instance, we have some players that we need to evaluate. It's just that simple. And I want to say another thing about Cam Reddish. It took 4 years for the Spurs to develop DeJounte Murray into the player that he is now. Steph Curry didn't become the Steph Curry that we know now until 2013. Don't get it twisted. He was nice from the moment he hopped on the league, but he didn't turn into the Steph Curry that we know now until around 2013. He got drafted in, I believe, 2009. That's 4 years. And us as Knicks fans, some of us is talking about, if he don't work out in his 3rd year, then it's a wrap. And it's like, what right do we have to say that, when, for one, we have an issue with getting free agents with talent, and we're talking about drafting or getting young pieces to develop to be our own superstars, where it's clear as day that this dude has the upside, more so than any other Knick that I have seen in years.
But Don P, he got a show side, but you got to you got to transform. You got to transform that to the court, dude. You can't just. I mean, I get where you're coming from, with the comparison with Murray, but Murray was an all-star. He's an all-star this past season. This dude hasn't even become like, what is the word? This guy hasn't even became a rotational player yet. But why is that? You come here highly recruited at Duke. You come here, you was highly recruited to be in the NBA, and then you let some bums take your slot. Them guys over there in Atlanta is not as talented as he was, but they're better basketball players. So sometimes being a basketball player can outdo your talents. Talents don't win all the time, and he just has talent.
Now, I would say this: when you come out the draft as a young player, having a high floor does matter, as opposed to upside. You know what I mean? There's people who came out the draft who has a higher floor than Cam. Like, I can understand that. So the first time when you play on the NBA court, there's something you can contribute now. I was always under the understanding that Cam always had that high upside. I think the problem with the Knicks specifically is we have yet to develop a piece that has any type of upside to it. Now, I'm not comparing Cam Reddish to Trevor Ariza, but Trevor Ariza turned out to be a heck of a D3 player. What did we do with him? Traded him away the first chance we got.
Yeah, I agree with you saying. Yeah, he's saying in history, and he giving examples on time. And I think what Jay Boogie's saying with talent and a basketball player is a good example. And I feel like talent don't really change, but you could go in a system or have a coach that don't agree or that you don't fit in. So in time, we will really see what Cam is going to be, whether if it's on the Knicks or not, right? But the problem I have with it is, like what he just said, we don't have that type of, or that enough, or a couple or few pieces like that and not give him an opportunity. And then, like Freezy just said, players that had minutes ain't even on the team no more when this kid could have got minutes. That bothers me in reference to when you a player with talent and you coming on a team, a coach does play a part in building you up. And you have some coaches who believe in you and give you that opportunity and shot and can make you this type of player that everybody loves. But if they don't, it's harder to get there. Not saying you can't, but the system, who's in front of you, the team. And I think Cam need to fall into a system. Maybe he thought the Knicks would be, because like he just said, we don't have that many players where they should be doing that to Cam. And then to give minutes to players like Burks and players that's not even on the team anymore over him, to me, never made sense. Because at least we would know what he is. For us to not know what some of our players really is because of old players or players that's not going to be part of the future here anymore or got those minutes, that don't make sense to me. At least we should have known more about these players and not be so confused in a losing season.
Right. And the players we got rid of, they not even system fits. Right? They playing and they don't even fit the system. Nerlens Noel, Alec Burks is not a 3-and-D guy. That's what Tib want. And Alec Burks is not a 3-and-D guy at the small forward position.
Hey, sorry to cut you off. My mic too loud, y'all?
No, you good.
No, you good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, Freezy. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Nah, man. I got some popcorn, bro. It's delicious. I got smoked paprika on it and red pepper flake, bro.
You got the new joints.
Yeah, man. Listen, hey, man, for real, bro. My dude here. Let me play his intro. Hold on. I forgot about intros, y'all. I didn't even think about intro.
Peace to the panel. What's good,
up,
fellas?
What up, my brother?
It's good, Rob.
You gonna join me or what, baby?
I'm waiting on today. Today,
It's a blowout today, baby.
I need to see that because soon as that happens, I'm making my reservations. I'm calling you.
Okay, no doubt.
Because I gotta be there. We play Orlando Thursday, and
No doubt.
Orlando play today too, right?
Yeah.
So both of them will be 3-0 if that happens. Man, you know I'm trying to get there, but we got to win today because that ring is in effect. That trophy. Don't think it ain't. You know, we ain't been talking about it here, but I know that trophy is in effect this year.
They mean so. It means something this year.
Yeah. It's the first time they ever the champion get a trophy ring.
And the rings. And rings.
Yeah.
Oh, that's big. That's big, baby. We gonna be in the building. I'll be there tomorrow by 8:00 East Coast time, 5:00 Vegas time.
What's the time difference from where I'm at and there?
3 hours.
All right, so if it's 12 here, that means it's 9 there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Somebody said, yo, Knicks would have ran Steph out of town by year 3. That's sad, but I believe that.
Right.
With them chronic ankle injuries he was having, I believe that.
What about now, though?
No.
What about now? Are we patient now as a fan base?
I think we try to be with certain players.
All right.
I'm not gonna forget about Frank Ntilikina. Y'all drove me crazy with that dude.
Yeah, Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox was getting 3.5 years.
Right.
He didn't get his 4 years. He only got 3.
Yeah, 3.5. Yeah.
True.
Right.
So that's all I'm saying is, can we at least give people who we can all agree have some type of upside at least a 4 year minimum? Is that out of the ordinary compared to everybody in the league?
See,
I mean,
that's why management is management and we fans, because Leon Rose and them is giving them that time.
yeah,
Right.
And,
it
and
started
we
with Knicks. Mhm.
and we don't. We impatient. We think that we should, like, we born with a silver spoon in our mouth and we ain't won nothing.
Right.
Cause the only thing that the Knicks fan got to brag about is this here. We the number one franchise. That's it.
Yeah.
Nothing goes with that.
Right.
Hey, we more
The
relevant.
coach could be the confusion though. If he ain't with it. He got to get with the program then.
Yeah, most
Tibbs.
definitely.
Tibbs got to get with the program. Or do I say, I mean, they had to let Tibbs go do his way once he got them the 4th seed. So I kind of understand that too. This year, that's going to change though, hopefully.
Oh yeah, they did that by removing those players. He can't even
Facts.
he can't look down the line and say, Burks, get in. He ain't there. He
Hey,
can't say,
right.
well, get in. He ain't there.
What you, Rob? Was you at the game yesterday?
That's a fact.
Forced them. They forced it out of them. Okay, we gonna do that. You was coach of the year. We can't bug out on you because you was coach of the year.
That's
But
a
what
fact.
we can do is we gonna remove these crutches from you. And now you forced to do it this way. He don't have no choice because they not there.
Hey, Rob, was you at the game yesterday?
Huh? No, I leave today. I mean, I leave tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, so were you on the same boat as me?
Oh, but yeah, my reservation. I planned it this way because I had a feeling that the Knicks would make it. I couldn't take off 2 weeks at work, so I had to plan it accordingly. I said I'll catch the championship game, I'll catch everything else, so I'll go at the midway point. Instead of leaving Friday, I'll leave Tuesday, and then I can wrap it up. I won't be back till next Tuesday.
Right.
Okay. So yeah, I just planned it that way because I already knew. I said, look, that's a long time to be. I still got Christmas to deal with, Thanksgiving, need those days. So I dedicated a week to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking because I'm kind of curious, right? My curious is like because it was for a long period of time, and I know LeBron ain't never gave us no meeting, no nothing. I'm curious to wonder what kind of conversation you think Leon and Worldwide and LeBron was having, because they had a long conversation. A long conversation.
Hey, as long as LeBron don't come over here, you bring him over here. He trading away everything.
No, but you ready to be a free agent. And maybe he might be saying, you thinking your last check, you think if we draft your son?
So when did this happen? Yesterday?
Yeah. They had a long conversation yesterday.
Did somebody get some pictures of it?
Well, they were showing it, regularly, like on ESPN this morning, show how LeBron was in the crowd. But every time they showed him it was the conversation that he was having with Leon, and Leon laughing and kiki and World got his hand out, and he asking for some dap, and they dapping and everything. It's like they had a little, good conversation. I'm just, it's just, I ain't fishing for nothing. It's just, it's good to see that, them guys is out there. They conversating, they networking, they doing, because ain't no telling what they could have been talking about. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just happy that Leon and Worldwide, I think this season right here was the first season that I can think in my mind frame that the office and Tom was on the same page for the draft and far as what they wanted to put together for the summer league. I think they on the same page, because all them guys on the summer league type thing, you know what I'm saying, really is like Tom type guys. And Tom didn't see one of his guys when it got late in the pick. So, they didn't go with nobody. So,
just
Oh, Jay Boogie. Boy, I'm about to start the hype train, bro. I got a picture of it. Oh, boy, I'm about to start up the hype train, bro.
What's the hype train, man?
I'm about to start up the hype train, bro. Hey, I got a picture of it, bro. Right,
you got picture or the movements. The movements.
I'm going to show y'all right now. I got a picture of it.
And they kicking it. They kicking it.
Damn, man. What happened to the 6 feet rule? COVID is still around. Damn.
Man, they kicking it, man. All that's out the window.
Damn.
Leon,
Yeah, I think you're arguing now, yo. What you want to win now? Or the
Leon ready to package up all them players for LeBron. Quickly, Grimes.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
Yo, the Lakers gonna fleece us. Shit.
What Leon told him was, look, I know you want to rock with us right now, don't you? And we ain't moving nothing. You want to move it over here? You want to transfer to New York? And LeBron started laughing like, yo, y'all is building something over there. I can't front. That's what LeBron saying.
Yeah. But you know, it ain't like KD. KD fresh on full. LeBron is that it's over after this shit.
Yeah. LeBron need to go to a chip winner.
LeBron gonna realize
or nothing.
Because you know what? If KD
he got 2 more years.
If he wind up going over there to the West, you know what? LeBron gonna think about getting back to the East because the road to the chip gonna look easier than it is over there because the Clippers is back. The champions is champions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The West, man, it's Denver is back. They get 2 of their players starters back this year. You know, that road's gonna look easy.
And he would have to join the Warriors to really, because he got swept. So he would have to go back to the Warriors to just say, oh, they got it. Because if he go to another West Coast team, it's still going to be a challenge. I mean, even Phoenix, he could probably win, but it depends on what they would have to give up for him. That's the whole thing.
Oh, he ain't going to Phoenix. You talking about KD?
Yeah, I was saying like in general, it's going to have to matter what they give up to get to land him. And then are they still a contender after, you know, so.
Oh yeah, they ain't that trade ain't gonna happen because they already said they started out with Devin and Bridges. Oh,
see.
Now for somebody that got 14 years in the league, you can't do that.
Nah. On a fresh 4th year?
Yeah, right.
Nah. You can't give up your
me personally, I don't think he's going nowhere. They're going to just say, yo, you're going to rock out, man. You got 4 years left, man. We don't have to do anything for you because we ain't taking 50 cents on the dollar. That's not what we're not doing. And what K going to do? He going to play because he don't want to mess up his legacy. He going to have to start scoring points.
His legacy.
No, that's true.
Yeah, that's important to him. You can't go out like that.
Legacy is already
over. He's still worried about going over there and not getting that ring, leaving the Warriors, and he's still chasing. It's one or the other.
Well, but yo, he can do it right where he at. Because Kyrie, they gonna shut him down too. Like, yo, we not taking 50 cents on the dollar. So if you gonna rock out at the end, leave.
You think they could win in Brooklyn?
Man, if you got KD, man, you always got a chance. That's all I got to say.
If he had a chance, he would have won in OKC with that stat team that he had.
And then he got swept, Rob. You get swept. That's serious.
Yeah, but look, they didn't have Joe. They didn't have the 3-point. They was really hurt. A lot of things.
That's true.
They was really hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know, Joe didn't even show up. Joe didn't even show up when that the year before that.
When he stepped on the line. Yeah, Joe didn't show up. He
didn't show up at all. That man hit 4 trays that whole Milwaukee 7-game series.
Yeah, but you know, next year you can do, you know, it's better than next year because now you understand the pressure. I'm not saying, you know, me personally, I don't want Brooklyn to do nothing.
Yeah, we know that. We just saying, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, you know. So, but KD, boy, he that guy.
That's a
Now,
fact.
imagine if KD would have got swept in on the Knicks. It would have been bad. It would have
Oh
been
man,
bad. He made it
yeah,
right to start going to Brooklyn though, as far as like the media coverage and everything
Shit, he
goes.
might join Boston. That's what type of shit he be doing.
right, right.
You beat him, he join you. Word.
Facts, bro.
Yeah. He be on that. He be on that for real.
Hmm. He's still having nightmares about that shit.
No. James, holler them up there, see what you can do, man. 'Cause you know I ain't want you to leave.
That's why Draymond Green went on the podcast saying, shit, we'll take him back. We ain't got no problem. I said, he already on his finesse move.
Yeah.
He's smart.
I ain't never heard of that before, yo. A team beat you and you want to join them. I ain't never heard of that before.
Beat him, join him. Yeah, he invented it.
Yeah, he invented it. He started that. That's his label.
I mean, the saying was there before him. You can't beat him, join him. So I guess,
Nah,
you
he
know.
Literally.
But it was bad, though. They was down 3-1. All they had to do was get one win. And I felt that next season, how he carried the Warriors, it proved that they would have probably beat the Warriors if that OKC team would have stayed together. But that's either here or there. I don't want to talk too much about them. We Knicks fans. But I always looked at it like that.
Somebody want to read the super chat while Freezy gone? Should I guess?
Yeah, you read it. You can see it.
Yeah, shout outs to Paris Douglas. Daquan Jeffries is the keeper, straight up.
Yeah, I like Jeffries.
I like his hard work.
I like Hunt too. I like how they passing lane and hustle. That's what we need.
Yeah, they don't care
we
about
need to get
nothing.
back to our defensive, grit that the Knicks used to hang their hat on.
They don't care nothing. They out there with pro kids on. I'm fighting for my life.
Versus
they don't care about nothing, man.
Word.
And those are the type players. We don't have them type players, you know what I'm saying? Take charges, you know what I'm saying? Going to scrap, dive on the floor, don't care about nothing, you know what I'm saying? Gonna stand up in front of you, yo, you ain't messing with RJ. I'm here. What's up? You got a problem? We don't have them type guys, man. But those guys right there, man, I love to see them guys on this team, man. On this team.
Or in our system, even if they just in Westchester, long as they're around, they'll
that's a fact. Yeah, that's a good sign. That like OG just said, that's a good sign. You know why? Because that's showing that they bringing in grit and they bringing in this type of talent. Even in Westchester, they could come up. You never know.
Yeah, you come up. You put emphasis on that farm system, man, and then you ain't searching around the league when somebody get hurt. You go right like the Yankees do. You go right down to your farm system and you bring something up fresh and let them rock out.
Yeah,
they know the system. They playing the same way. They ain't looking around crazy. They doing everything right.
Now I'm not going to the water, but Fervent Hunt, as far as his heart, he reminds me of Latrell pretty well in terms of how he approached the game these past two games.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, that's a good comparison right there.
You know what I mean? I ain't saying he's that good. I'm just saying I like the way he approached the game.
Yeah.
You know what you're gonna get from him, and that's the thing with a lot of ball players. You know what I'm saying? You know what you're supposed to get from some of these ball players, but some nights they won't give you what you know what I'm saying they supposed to give you. What you know that you know they good at. But that guy Hunt, he's a type guy. The way he plays, he's gonna give you that every night. No matter what, he's gonna stick out on that defensive end. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give you that hustle, and he's gonna run that floor. He's gonna do those things, and that's what you gotta love and appreciate the most, you know what I'm saying? When a guy, whatever your skill set is, that you make sure you showcase that every single night. Now, I know sometimes guys take nights off, you know what I'm saying? But, that guy right there don't look like he's taking no nights off.
Nah, I give him credit. I noticed the defense as well, but I think the ball movement and the teamwork, it trickles down to make them play better together. And I think that's what our team need to do. The team need to, play more together, because if that happens, then that team could be way better. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to remember, when you get players touches and keep them in the game, they box out better, they set picks better. Instead of just watching the ball and it's not moving, it does affect the whole flow of the game. So I think if they come in this season playing more together, we'll see more defense and we'll see a better Knicks team, a team with more grit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's most definitely true. Because like the Knicks, man, if we check out like the way that they've been drafting, man, the Knicks been drafting ball players from RJ all the way up. They've been drafting people that really love the game, not the people who just got the numbers and this, that, and the third. They've been drafting people that really enjoy playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's important. You get like, because I don't think like if Cam was available in the draft for us at that time, I don't think we would have drafted him, because he's not that like he got to change, point blank, talented as hell. We all know that. But when you come and you playing like Boogie was saying, you're not even a rotational player yet. You're not even a starter. You none of that. But yet you got all of this upside that everybody is giving you a chance on. Sometimes it's going to be like at the end of the day, I think New York, his last stop as far as like his potential and what he's going to be. Because we took over, like I said, that like even when we got him, I said, my cousin told me in Atlanta, he's our Kevin Knox.
Let me ask you something, Rob. If you would have had Giannis Antetokounmpo, you think we would have kept him? You think we would have worked with him and developed him?
Yeah, hey, look, that regime, I don't put nothing past them. But if we had them in this regime, I would say yes. But back then, the way they was doing things, I would have to say, nah, we probably wouldn't have. But with Leon Rose and them in office like right now, I would say yes to this regime, but no to the other one. We would have probably.
Rob, let me ask you a question. My bad, I mean to cut you. I was going to ask you, do you think even if we getting these better players, right, in reference to other teams that's getting good players too, right, like the Detroits, all these teams, straight playing their young guys more than we are, do you think our young guys still going to be better than those young guys going through the system like this? Now, and the last point is, we're not winning on top of them not playing. And even take last season, for example. To me, that's a setback. Now, did they improve? Yeah. And that's what people always say. Oh, Tibbs did that. Da, da, da. But if they played throughout the old head minutes that we was given to other players that they shouldn't have been, like the Burks and other players, even Kimba, right? Do you think our players could be better if they continue to go through that? Right now, I don't think they're better because of that. But I just want to hear your opinion on that.
My opinion to that is this here. And and this is like from me playing. You know what I'm saying? I played varsity ball as a junior, but I sat. But me sitting in the camaraderie around winning, that OKC way, that Sacramento way, they've been doing it that way for like 10 years, and they never crack winning. Sometimes you need those old heads to show to you, especially when you're dealing with young players, to show them the professionalism of basketball and how to go about your day-to-day. And then, like I said, if you get rid of them in year 2, after they learn from year 1, I think you got a better product than them just out there. I'm thinking that if you just have them out there, so when you start losing a lot and you're young, you get used to the money. You get used to the money.
Okay,
but
I see what you're saying.
But when you start seeing the thrive and you starting to win and people are taking it serious, that doubt never hits your head. And then you can remove that layer, because that's all what I was saying from day one. It wasn't about what we were looking at last year. It was about these young guys learning, but you got to pull that quick. And then that's what they did. They pulled it quick. Now we know what we're looking forward to this year coming up, because they removed that whole layer, that Kimball, everything that everybody was talking about last year, the Kimball, this, that. I just took that with a grain of salt because I always felt that this year, from what Leon was saying in the beginning, that they wouldn't be there. That's why those contracts look that way. People saying, "Oh, we stuck, we stuck." You saw how easily all those contracts got moved. All you need is a playing partner. And this is what I wanted to say about that. The number one team for Mitch was Detroit. Now you got to understand the chess move that Leon pulled. It was masterful. He gave him his young center, so you stay off of Mitch. Because Detroit had more money to offer, and Mitch been in the system 4 years. So do you really want to start up? We already got Jericho, so we really didn't need Durant. We didn't need him because we got Jericho, and we building Jericho in that system. So imagine two young centers, and you trading away a center that been in your joint for like 4 years. So
yeah, they made a deal.
They worked with Detroit. They took the Charlotte pick. They gave him the center. Then all of a sudden, there was no more smoke about Mitch in Detroit.
And they gave him Durant.
They gave him Durant. And
I think Perry got a relationship though with Detroit. Yeah,
you got to build relationships throughout the league. I don't really think Dallas is tripping because we gave Dallas Porzingis. I think that they just putting it out there. At the end of the day, what could Dallas really say? That's just pops on another team.
He wanted the money. He went where he wanted to go, I guess, too.
Yeah, he went where his pops was at, and it was set up that way. And all his pops gonna say, "Look, I told him to come." What could the league say about that? You're not even getting a second-round pick.
Yeah.
That's my son. I told him to come. Now what?
I don't think he liked playing with Luka neither. I think Luka hold the ball a lot, and he don't like that. He don't like that. But one thing I wanted to say about what you just said, right? I agree with you, but the only thing that I felt was that even though you're right, they did move him. So obviously you can't always harbor over a mistake or if they fix it, because that happens as business, and they had to put other people in place and they couldn't play those guys out the gate. Or I just felt like Quickly or certain guys that could have played should have played for the development of where they would have been this year. And I felt like when you have older guys in, that's not going to at least get you to the playoffs. To me, that's a waste of, bringing them in if they're not going to, or the younger players don't feel like those guys is really better than they are, and they didn't, That causes a problem with developing and confidence in your young players.
That's why you move it quick. That's why you move it quick.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why you move it quick. You show them the professionalism, how this thing is done your first year. And then after that, now, if they would have kept that going, okay, yeah, you're going to get disgruntled like a mother.
Facts.
But you doing that in that first year, and then they know how you traveling to these cities, these 82 games, what they doing after. Because you heard what Michael Jordan said in his first year, right? He said in Chicago, he said they were sniffing coke, and they said, look,
drinking beer, all type of crazy. Yeah.
They going, so that you got to keep away from them young guys.
No, you're right.
You got to show the professionalism. This is how we do it. That's why Taj is there. Now, Taj, you done served, you done your lesson. You done taught these young guys right now. Now going forward, it's on them. But we showed you, we set a culture for you to follow, and that's what Tibbs did. That's why last year was so important for the young guys. It was really so. Now they started like, look, they was wanting to eat at the big table since December. They was pushing them vets out of there in December. That's why when that second unit came in, they was mopping the floor really, and then they wanted to eat at the big table. So you couldn't really hold them back now. So that's what Leon Rose did. He removed all of that clutter, and something else gonna go probably by All-Star break. It all depends on how this thing is gonna mesh. But I can't say I had a problem because a young player, you can sacrifice 1 year. RJ was playing already. Mitch was playing already. The Quicklies and the Obies, okay, yeah. Now you stay hungry. You stay hungry, and next year you're gonna see an explosion from a couple of players. It's gonna be an explosion by a couple of players.
No, that was a dope take. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
That makes sense because to me personally, I didn't really You know what I'm saying? You know, I understand you even made
Yeah,
a
you
good
spoke
point.
on it all year, Will. You did speak on it all year. You spoke
Hey,
on it all year.
yo.
And one thing I can say, you've been talking about the movable contracts. You have been talking about that. But I'm asking this question because, you know, after he was the MIP and he was an all-star player, you know, they snatched the team from him, went on some old bunkers, drunk man shit, going to get Kimber. Right? Do you help Julius, you know what I'm saying, with his feel for the team by making him a captain? Or who do you make the captain of this team?
Man, if I had to make the captain of the team in this environment right now, like I would have to give the good feel good movement to Julius.
Right.
Just for the feel good. Now look, now your responsibilities are different now. You the captain.
Right.
I can't make nobody else the captain other than you. Even though I was down with trading them anyway, but
Right.
in the present environment, I would have to say, yeah, you give it to Julius. Just for him to feel good about, and then maybe we will get what we got. But I think that man, that COVID was real. Them empty gyms was real. Because the whole league went down the next year, not just Julius. Everything went down when the crowd came back. Everything around the league went down.
Hey, I got phone calls. I gotta take this phone call, y'all. I'm gonna holler back.
All right, Boogie.
Okay. Like, yo, the whole league went down. I'm looking at the league like, okay, when the final assessment of the league came out at the end, scoring was down, defense was down, everything was down from the COVID year and the empty gym. And if you look at the Knicks, once the crowd start coming back that year, our play started falling off right before the playoffs. Our play started falling off a little bit. And then it went into the playoffs, and then Julius had that playoff. So we look at it like this here. Okay, Julius, you had one bad round in the playoffs, but then, you know, I think that Julius took it to that he arrived because he made that first All-Star game, but it takes more than that. It takes more than just one All-Star. Michael Redd went to one All-Star game, and then you thought you was that guy to the rest, and you really wasn't yet. It was an empty gym. So he has to prove himself all over again.
Let me ask you something.
And,
I agree with that.
You know, and it's up to Tibbs and them to find minutes for Obi. Hey, looky here. I don't care. I want to see Obi on the floor. And if the Julius is playing well, I want to see it do. Don't you know that Kirk Rambis
I heard he can play the
AC
three. Did you hear that, Rob?
Check this out.
Oh, my bad.
Don't you know that Kirk Rambis and AC Green back in the 80s shared minutes for 3 years?
Yeah, I
and
remember
AC Green never missed the game. So it can be done. It's up to Tibbs. You got to figure that out. And if you don't, I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
They said Randall slimmed up. I heard this that he trying to play the three.
They said 235. They
say he trying to play the three. I don't know how much significant there for to try to find more time for Obi.
He trying to cement that mellow thing, man.
I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying if y'all heard about it, because that's what I heard. So
yeah, me too. I heard that too. But yo, why can't he? It's positionless basketball.
Nah, see,
they had him trying to play the one. If you ask me. so Rob, why he can't play the three, right, bro?
No doubt. He tried to play the one anyway.
Yeah. Give him the three. Let RJ go back to the two. Put Obi at the 4. Put Mitch at the 5.
Yep. Y'all don't think people gonna get torched at the 3 though? When it's like compared to other threes?
He gotta play D. He gotta step it up. He lightened up. He gotta ball out. If he get cooked, it ain't gonna work.
But look, if he doing the cooking, hey, look, if he wound up with 30 a game and the guy he checking wound up with 25, okay, we understand. We can do that.
We can do that.
But the guy that he checking can't have 40 and he got 30. We got to do something about that.
See,
Yeah.
all right. My concern with Randall is this. I would never call Randall a scrub. He's
Mhm.
too talented of a offensive player to be called a scrub. My thing is, what version of Randall are we gonna see?
It got to be a better one after
Yeah.
what we just went through. And then, like
Right.
he said, make him the captain just so we could get the best out of him, right? And then another point could be is that we got help now to where I felt like Randall didn't feel like he had real help and wasn't comfortable and he had the ball in his hand too much. If you remove that, that should give him more energy to be more efficient and to play more on defense and to give us a better Randall because we all just admitted that we know he's 20 and 10. So we know that in chaos, if he's not chaotic and he's playing good basketball, all we want him to do is play better D and get his 20 and 10 easier. So at the end of the game, he could be more efficient for us when we go to him, if we go to him, because remember, the ball going to be in Brunson's hands. So that takes a lot of pressure off of Randall having confidence that somebody else could have the ball now. So I hope he should be a better version of himself, the best version of Julius Randle possible. Like when the fans wasn't there.
sir.
Randle, just act like the fans ain't here. That's all, Randle. Go crazy, because yo, when you really in the zone, Rob, you know you the only one in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Did y'all get a chance to read the super chats? Anybody?
Yeah, we read
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
Freezy. We read one from Paris Duggar. If you see any other ones,
Yeah,
Okay,
another one after
all
this
right.
one.
Is there another
right.
one?
Yeah, there's one after this, but it didn't pop.
Okay.
Hey, so Jeremy Maynard, thank you for the generous contribution. Jeremy Maynard says Hunt and Jeffries are not just gritty; they are very talented and athletic. Just what we needed. Bam.
Mm-hmm.
All right, appreciate that, y'all. I'm going through some. I got some issues going on behind the scenes, so appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all rocking, man.
No problem. Actually, Jay Boogie ducked out after he mentioned pro kids, and people in the chat are like, "What are pro kids?" Back in the 70s.
Oh my goodness!
This other cat talked about when you said elevate like platform shoes, and we're like, "Oh, platform shoes." I had some pro kids with 3 stripes and Adidas with 4 stripes. Anybody had that off of Church and Utica?
I didn't have the 4 stripe, but I had the 3 stripe pro kids though. They call them 69ers.
Yeah. Hey, when you were shopping at Favor?
No, I never know the store. I was on Utica and Church Avenue. I walked off. Yeah.
I think you had them pro kids. You had them big heads.
Exactly. Exactly. Oh man, I didn't get brand name things until I was 18. Man, I was like knockoffs.
Hey, y'all
he didn't care about your ankles back in the days, man. Like that's another thing. You had to be tough, man. There was no ankle support. Playing in low tops, going crazy.
Yeah.
Or asphalt.
Hard bottom.
Hey, y'all, check this out. Tell me what y'all think. Just check this out real quick. I'm gonna play something for y'all. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Yo.
They like, we love you, LeBron.
Or nothing.
Yo, I could already see it, yo.
Yeah, when the rumors start, summertime.
You know when you got the person shooting the game and then you got the hype man right there. Yeah, son, I'm telling you, me and my boy going, yo, we gonna do this,
Yeah.
Hey, look, don't Leon Rose look like Swift with Busta Rhyme dude?
Swift star.
Get him, Bus.
I can see easy now. The title is gonna be LeBron James or Bust. If we don't get him,
I'm about to put it on Twitter right now, bro. LeBron James and the Knicks brass, bro. I'm putting it on Twitter right now.
That was some serious hustle right there, boy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
they had to whisper it. They were so close. They had to whisper what they were saying.
I wouldn't appoint a captain this year, though, man. If I was the Knicks, I wouldn't appoint a captain this year. I'm sorry.
Who, Julius?
No, I would appoint no captain. It would be captain. I just let it go. I just really can't give Julius a captain, and I can't have Brunson Walker and get a captain either. I don't think
I was
RJ's ready
gonna
yet.
lose my stuff. Y'all said
I would give it to Julius because of what they did last year with the Kimba situation, with the
Yeah, no.
uniform thing. Why not?
I'm just worried about. I gotta see him like
He ain't gonna have the
really,
ball as much, so
but it's the potential emotional reactions and stuff and how he may react. I don't know, man. I'm a little concerned. I want to see one more year of him like stable, solid, game plan. That's just my opinion.
Shoot, he had 6 months. He got like 4 months to decompress and look at his season and know where he went wrong at. Cause he went
Stop whining.
he was going left a lot.
Yep.
I was like, yo, Randall, what's up?
Exactly. Too many 3-pointers, man. I'm just.
Hey, then it came out that he didn't train the way he did the year before. That didn't help. Like, yo, I heard one thing they were saying, yo, he was the year before. Oh, he was running barefoot, looking for empty gyms to play in, and then the next year, you ain't hear none of that. Like, yo, he came in out of shape, everything, shot off, But man, RJ, hey, okay, we know you can hit 20. Now you got to make this efficient now.
Yep.
We need 45 from you, 45% from the field. This year 4. So look, let me ask you a question. What do you think is more important? Age or experience?
I mean the aging experience could be
that goes hand in hand.
It could be parallel because if an older player or you could be young depending on how many years you have in the league, though. That's what you're trying to ask.
Yeah, that's exactly.
If Julius, for instance, he's still young, but he has going on his 9th season. So I feel like if you got 9 seasons, I shouldn't be comparing a guy with 3 or 4 seasons to you.
Okay, so if you look at Obi coming in at 23 and RJ being there at 17, who should be more advanced in their craft right now?
I mean, you would think Obi just based off of his age, but he only got 3 seasons under his belt. Two seasons.
Two.
He only got 2 seasons under his belt.
You got to go more by NBA seasons, I think, than age, because a lot of players was behind with school, or I don't know his personal issue with why he got drafted at that age. But I go by NBA years, really.
Okay, so where should RJ be in year 4, even though he's 21?
I had that on our show. We just compared.
RJ 22. He just turned 22.
22.
Yeah. I had that comparison. We did that on our show where we showed what players average in their first 3 years, the players that we all say we want on our team. And he's on pace, like you said, Rob. But like you said, he got to make more free throws and he got to be more efficient. Freezy made a good point on a couple of shows ago when he said a couple more makes at the rim and more efficient free throws, and he's right there at 25, 20, where he really should be. But you look back at other players, their numbers wasn't even where RJ's is in year 3. Nowhere, not saying nowhere near, but he averaged more. And I feel like this is my personal opinion. When I watch how the Knicks season went, it was like they didn't put him in the best position to be the best player he could be, my opinion. Not making no excuses for him, because however it played out. I just feel like if you have a gem, you got to try to put him in position. And I think that whole win now mind frame, doing a whole bunch of stuff Tibbs did, he didn't really look at that as much as he should have if we would have been in the developing mind frame.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
I think that as far as that the win now mind frame is what's in that year. In that year, like I reflect on that season, I was more like what you will, but then I came to the conclusion that win now sets the floor for what they're gonna do in the future. Now it's just them. So now automatically it becomes win now with them. That's
but
the
if you
amount
leave him in the corner, that's not good though. If you leave him in the corner for the beginning of the season.
No. That year. Okay. Now look, I understand that. like now. But I'm just saying, like, as far as the rest of the young players are concerned now, it's up to RJ to get out the corner because you're not getting benched. You know what I'm saying? You're a starter. It's up to you to get out the corner. I didn't listen to a lot of my coaches because they tried to put me in a box and I didn't listen. And then if it got to that point, then I just switched teams. I'm not going to do something that I know is not going to benefit my game. I don't care who the coach is. Now, RJ, to be coachable is one thing, but with somebody taking from you where you can best help the team, that's on you.
I think, Rob, I think it was more of a, and it wasn't just RJ. I think it's a collective of other players not moving and not playing to their full ability because of, like we said earlier, when I said no ball movement, not getting everybody involved, the ball being held, dribbled down, low on the shot clock, all those things. I think it trickled to how we all look, how the whole team looked, in my opinion. And I think that when you move the ball, regardless, you know, people should say, "Oh, why move the ball? They're not making shots." But if we are trying to develop these guys to eventually make shots, because you got young guys there, then that's the right thing to do. So I felt I felt like when that wasn't happening, the ball wasn't flowing. When I seen people in the corner just standing there and stuff like that, you know, there's no motivation there to do the good things of, because we didn't see good basketball. When we did, it was ball movement, and it looked it really well. And it was just to the open man and the flow of the ball movement making shots.
But look, no matter what, though, is one person that stayed moving. Obi stayed moving.
But Obi really got an opportunity, I felt like.
Yeah, but when you stay moving, he created offense when there was no offense.
Right.
So, therefore, I'm not standing in the corner like, yo, I'm a moving. Then when I get this basket, the coach going to shut up. Or when I cut into the basket, somebody else get a free shot, then the coach going to shut up. But when sometimes you can't be robots on the basketball court.
But that proves the point, though. That proves the point of him not knowing what he have on the court. And like I said earlier, RJ should have more things for him coming into the season. In reference, Obi should have got more minutes, because you make it a great point just now how he was moving fast. That should have been things the coach should have implemented and seen to help us grow, because even if it wasn't for that last season, it would have made us better next season, because we wasn't even making the play-in. That's what the point always gonna equate to, especially like we said, other players are gone now. So it's gonna equate to that regardless. And if you go your way as the coach and it don't work, then this when all this comes out to show that you should have did that. And that's the whole point of, he didn't put them guys in the best position, if you ask me.
But like at the end, he bowed down to that. He said, yo, I should have done certain things different. So mistakes was made. And we all seen it early that, yo, Tibbs was under fire in Knick Nation all year because of
you making mistakes all season. You making mistakes all season.
No, he's saying that he did change it, and he did. He had to.
Yeah,
Rob, it was like forcing somebody to do something that was common sense, Rob.
Right.
That's the problem for me. That's all I'm saying. And then look, if it's smoke, there's fire, Rob. If it's smoke, there's fire. So we seeing all these other incidents. We have to connect them and say it's bad decision making be going on, regardless of his name and resume.
But at the end, he said, "My bad." So
facts, I agree. No, I agree with you on that. You're right.
We got to look at it.
And we got to respect that. And we got to respect that. True.
Yeah. You say, yo, you done that? Okay. So all eyes on you at this season to make sure you just.
He was forced in the end to play these guys.
No, but I agree though. He fessed up to that. I can't just kick him and not admit to. He said he was wrong for that. So I agree that the man admitted he was wrong. So you can't be. But look though, I'm gonna say this before I pass it. I've seen him sit at the press conference and say all of the good stuff, and then I don't see it the next game. Many times. That's right. I just want to say that too. So just because he fessed up to his crimes or his mistakes, right? He's not out to 1 to 3, right? He's still a fella, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's on parole now. Now he's being watched. You know what I'm saying? He might get sent out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, Rob.
No doubt. I feel you.
And so my thing with the Tibbs conundrum is this, because everybody watching knew that the offense was stagnant, right? And that you had active bodies that you could have used to create more actions on the floor. But when you have young active bodies, they don't understand completely NBA offenses and how certain actions lead to deceptions that draws defenses away from the player that you want to get the ball, right?
And not,
So you out there. So sometimes you out there running for nothing, right? But what
not
I'm
all-
getting at.
I'm good.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No. Finish your point. I'm good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, in the thing with Tibbs, you saw a couple of times where Tibbs wanted to run something more intricate, but your bigs were not screening, right? And your guards were not natural guards. Is that me with the feedback?
Oh, see if it's me.
I've been having my mic on you. I was about to say you got feedback going, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and so you saw times early, and man, Monica McNutt pointed it out on a broadcast after the game. I think we lost to New Orleans in the Garden, and she was like, "Yo, you could look at the offense, and you could see up top is very intricate, but the backside of the offense ain't doing nothing." Right. So if you are defense, you got 2 people can guard 3 people up top, and then you got 3 people on the baseline. Your front court basically can guard 2 people. So now, if you can't get a shot off against, up top, then now the whole offense is stagnant because there's nowhere to go, right? And even when you run the motion continuity offense that Tom Thibodeau like to run, read and react. In your motion continuity, when you don't have guys that legit know what they're doing, right? Know how to play basketball, right? Mm-hmm. At every level. Now you just out there running and it's discombobulated. I saw Tibbs want to run some stuff, but then when you got Quickly out, who's not really a natural point guard at this time in his career, you out there running that, or Alec Burks. You like Alec Burks sees one thing and turns the corner. His thing is, if it's not there, I'm going to the basket. Right? No matter what the other 3 guys are doing, Alec Burks says, I'm going to the basket, and I'm not even a good finisher.
Right.
Right. and so what I'm getting at is you saw Dice Yoshimoto, Tibbs, Johnny Bryant want to implement some stuff. But it's like if you a Jets fan, bro, you can have all the receivers in the world, bro. If your quarterback stink, you don't have a passing game.
Yeah. That's right.
You can have you can sign Le'Veon Bell and have receivers and all, but if your line ain't blocking and your quarterback stink, guess what your passing game is? Non-existent.
Let me ask you something.
Our defense sucked last year too. Last season, our defense sucked.
They made up for it by having a bad defense. That's right. So the offense was a distraction.
I'm talking about the Knicks.
I'm just joking. Bro.
My question
is, you, brother.
What's up, Dan?
D'Angelo?
What's up? Oh, I'm good. Go ahead.
What's up, G?
What's up?
No, go ahead, man. I didn't want to cut you off.
Oh, no. Go ahead. No, I was just saying the Knicks defense sucked last year too, on top of their stagnant offense. We couldn't guard the 3. And I don't think Brunson's going to improve us defensively at that guard position there either, but we'll see how that goes.
Right. And so I understand everybody's frustration with the offense. And I understand everybody wanting Obi to pop because he was a top 8 pick, right? I think this year is the year for Obi to pop because Brunson is more of a natural point guard, right? Mm-hmm. Right, and so you saw in Summer League when Miles McBride came down 3 trips, right? Couldn't get a shot for Sims, right? Trevor Hills takes the inbound. He waved Miles McBride off, right? what I'm referring to is the Golden State game. Trevor Keels waved McBride off, going down the floor. You've been trying, we ain't doing that, and going down the floor, right? McBride like, I'm the point. Hey, Miles McBride take off. Trevor Keels bring the ball up. He calls for Jericho Sims. Sims comes up and sets the screen. He whams the defender on the screen. And this is what you teach your kids, right? Trevor Keels put his inside shoulder against Jericho Sims's leg and thigh, rub his man off, right? Coming around the screen. Sims takes off because his man has to stop Trevor Keels from penetrating to the rim. Jericho Sims goes behind his man and catches a lob for the dunk. Y'all remember that?
Duke basketball.
Right. And so and so what happens is, see, Trevor Keels wasn't there last year, right? And Jericho Sims was a rookie last year, right? So what I'm saying is now when you put the Smurf from Dallas, Jalen Brunson, when you get Jalen Brunson in that situation where he knows Obi wants a touch right there because Obi just been running back and forth on the floor, he called Obi, and Obi better not move until Brunson tell him to go. Go. He go. Obi man got to stop Brunson from penetration. Obi slide behind his man. They throw the Sims tries to throw the lob pass into the third row, but guess what? Obi can go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Obi can go get it. It's like with Gary Payton used to do to Sean Kemp. Gary Payton was like, yo, I used to legit try to throw the ball out of bounds because I knew Rain Man can go get it. You know what I'm saying? And now you got Obi converting at the basket instead of being spotted up in the corner. And these simple things kind of get guys into these offensive sets. But Emmanuel quickly sees that call for the screen. Nobody open initially. He shoot a contested 26-footer.
My question though is, Uncle Freeze, is how often will Obi be on the floor with Brunson?
We don't know that yet, Sarge. How would we know that?
No.
Do you think that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say my concern is the Tibbs rotation. That's why I always say his rotations are going to be a big factor. And is he going to just bring in the second squad 1-2 minutes to let the first team run and then switch them right out again? I mean, that's just one of my concerns.
It won't be shift change. It won't be shift change. They're going to stagger the substitutions.
Okay.
Yeah. They'll stagger. Yeah. It's not going to be like hockey with second unit play with second unit. You know what I'm saying? You'll take Randall out after 6 minutes. You bring in Obi, right? Okay. And then Brunson will get some time with. Yeah, everybody's gonna play together, bro.
Right.
Do you think they're gonna move Derrick Rose? I think he's the next one they're gonna have to get rid of next. What do you think? I mean, they got rid of all the old. They got Gibson's gone. Everybody's got. I mean, they got the old guy. I think Rose. I think they should get him out.
They knocking on Rose's door. He just not answering yet.
Right.
He's fishing. Yeah.
Right.
Right. I think they should, but Tom ain't gonna go for that. Don't get.
And the thing is, how confident are you in Jalen Brunson?
Right.
Don't you need to keep Jalen Brunson at least for a little while before you trade Derrick Rose? Because if you trade Derrick Rose and then Brunson needs an adjustment period, now you got to go out and acquire a veteran point guard from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly make pop.
Just his injuries.
Nah, you don't got to go. You. It's on the team. You don't go acquire nobody. That's not working. You don't go look for another point. You just get this man $100 million. You don't go look for another point guard. You got to be confident in what you put on that team. You're not putting it there just to look at them. You think that they can serve a role.
He's the man. He's the man.
But that's not no. I said I'm talking about if Brunson needs an adjustment period, playing with new teammates. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about he's gonna be a bust in New York.
No. Then you go with Quickly or McBride. That's who you got on that team for that role.
That's what I would like. Yeah, I would like to see that as backup.
And I'm gonna be hot.
Because they know the system, they know everything going on. So you go with one of the two that
Rose
you
is
already
just
have.
Rose is too injury prone with these ankles and all these tears he gets and surgeries. You can't rely on him. So we got to wait, and we're going to keep him aboard. I think you got to ship him out somehow.
Okay.
It's just my opinion. Rob?
Boy, it'd be crazy. We send him back to Detroit, huh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I mean,
I
so
think
what's
the
your-
Lakers. I think the Lakers will like him.
I mean, because who's going to be left on the bench with our current squad? First of all, who's going to bring up for the 2 spots? We have 2 spots, right? So Hunt is probably one. Who else are we going to get somebody else?
Hunt have a contract, right?
Yeah, he on a
He
two-way.
got a two-way.
Two-way. So Hunt's going to be the 14th spot. We have 2 open spots right on the roster. But 15
And you
man
got
roster.
Kill, right?
He on a two-way also.
Yeah, you got
And we
Kill.
got all these acquisitions we got and everything like that. We got to see how this team chemistry is going to work out. And that's what I mean. It's kind of hard to make any bold predictions now. If we are better, I think we are better on paper, yeah. But is it chemistry going to work? Especially how Tibbs coaching.
But you only adding one player. Everybody else been there.
No, they added the other guy too. Which is
Hawkinstein, Isaiah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
We
yeah.
have
You
2
are.
spots, though. Don't we have 2 spots still available on the 15-man squad?
I think so, bro. It sounds like, yeah, I think so, Sarge. I think he might be accurate. I think he might be right.
I think they can sign someone straight to the Westchester Knicks. The 2 ways, I think it's only one right now, and I think you got because they spoke on it yesterday. They said Kills got one, and that's because they was talking about what they needed to do with Jeffries. They said they was out and out
and
signing him straight to the G League.
Yeah,
But then he's not
two-way, though.
then he's not protected. Any team can snatch him.
Yeah, the kid Jeffries, bro, you can get him from anywhere. He like sweat socks, bro. You can buy him from anywhere. Yeah, man.
I think he's tough, Reezy. I like his heart. He kind of reminds me of a tough Knick player. I don't see a lot of that around on our team. So
Right,
I give him that.
I can go sign Ben McLemore right now and do everything that Jeffries does except 10 times better. And
ham sandwich, huh?
Yeah, basically.
Last week, hey Freezy, last week,
We don't know that.
Browns was a ham sandwich, wasn't he?
You said Grimes was a ham sandwich last week? Yeah.
You said that.
Yeah.
So what is he now? Freezy? He's a hero. He's one of the high school heroes.
Easy.
A Reuben sandwich.
We upgrade fast around here, huh?
The Wi-Fi hero.
No, because Freezy, once you had his stats wrong, you were saying that he was 112. Then we came out that he was 105, like Marcus.
Yeah, he was 105. Yeah, he is 105.
All right. So then you was calling him you was putting Kills ahead of him. I think that was a big
No. I'm not putting Kills. I'm not putting Kills ahead of him.
You said that he had to watch out. Your exact word.
No, man. What I've been saying, I got a video up. I'll play the video right now. I got video evidence, bro. Kills is 18. He's good at some stuff. His best asset right now is leadership. But he's 18. He's got a lot of stuff to work on, mainly getting into NBA shape. Yeah, that's what I said about Kills. Because he's at 6'4", 221. You want him to be rocked up. You don't want him to be massive. Because we already went through the massive thing with Randall last year, with RJ last year putting on weight, with Mitchell Robinson last year putting on weight, and they all had down seasons. So we don't want to bring in an 18-year-old in that same template and then him have a bad season. We want these dudes to be shredded. We don't want them to be rocked up, bro. We want them to be shredded. We want them to be quick twitch. We don't want them to be strong. You know what I'm saying? Because think about how bad Mitch looked at the beginning of the season last year after he got up to 280. Look how big Randall was putting on mass. Look at RJ. RJ, you got to put on weight to play the 3. And look how slow of a season RJ Barrett had at the beginning, right? So what I'm saying is now we don't want that. Randall knows that because the first time you saw Randall with his shirt off, Randall looked like He-Man. He's shredded. He's like, no, I can't play like that. I can't play at 260 or whatever they want me to play at. I got to play, you know what I'm saying, in the 240s, right?
Nobody asked Randall to play at 260. Randall just came in out of shape. Don't put that on the Knicks organization. They didn't do that. He did that.
Okay. So a dude that take pride in his body all of a sudden just randomly came in with a different body type.
They never said to Randall, go put on weight. They said that. We all heard that about Mitch. We did hear that. RJ said he wanted to get stronger. That was one of his personal goals. Nobody told him to go do that.
Hanging out with Fat Joe.
If his season was going to suffer because of that, then look, that's on him as a player. You made the wrong decision. Now, they did ask Mitch, but he was the only one.
What's Randall's weight now? I mean, he looks like he lost a ton of weight. So what did they say his weight?
Yeah.
They say about what?
Hey, hold on. Hey, Paris Doug, are you talking to me?
Yeah, he got
you talking to me?
Uh-oh.
Man, come on, bro. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on,
what did he say, Freezy?
I don't know. He said it was something. It wasn't what he said. His fingers was mighty strong. Strong ass fingers.
I think he's Frankfurter.
Yeah, come on, bro. Don't do that.
He fell on his phone.
He got that keyboard missing keys, huh?
Yeah. Autocorrect up to yin yang.
Come on, man. Don't do that. Don't do that because I don't call people out like that when they say when somebody state their opinion, bro. I let them rock with their opinion, bro. Come on, man. What we doing? What we doing? Yeah. So but what I'm getting at with the Randall thing is Rob OG. Listen, whether it was the organization asked Randall to do it or Randall did it on his own, we all looked at Randall and knew Randall was a step slow all season last year. Right? We all knew Randall was a step slow last year. Come on, man. You could look at Randall and tell. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he wasn't getting a lift on his jump shot. You could tell he wasn't getting to those rotations like he did the year before. You know what I'm saying? And so it was multiple guys that looked a step slow. You know what I'm saying? So the thing with Keels is I never said Keels was going to push anybody. What I said was I like Keels, and that he's 18 and he's raw. I think he can be something eventually down the road. But Keels, bro, come on, man. We shouldn't even be talking about Trevor Keels for another 2 or 3 seasons. Right? Let's talk about Keels in 2 or 3 years. Well, you know what I'm saying, with another year in this system. And it's the same thing that I've been saying about McBride too.
Definitely
like let's not talk about McBride being that guy yet. Let's give McBride some more time in order to cook. These dudes are second round picks for a reason, man. You know, because they missing something. And when they get to that thing, you know what I'm saying, then you know what I'm saying, then we'll, you know, look at what they can be in the league. But right now, nah, let's not do that, man.
I want to expound on what Harwell said earlier about he didn't understand why Tibbs, you know, play people like Alec Burks. And my thing is, if we was losing anyway, why not just why not put Deuce McBride in the fire? Why not toss him to the Wolves and have him play point since we didn't have a 2-point guard to begin with? What did we have to lose at that point?
Or quickly, the person he forced to learn the point guard position,
right,
as well.
I would say that quickly had more of an opportunity, though. I will admit that he had way more of an opportunity than any of the other young guns.
Yeah. This is a developing point, a point of when they say great developing, and then when you question those things, that's all.
Right. Yeah, man. So my thing is a lot of things went wrong last year. A lot of it was Tibbs. A lot of it wasn't Tibbs, though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it was Tibbs. Like, Tibbs, why are you playing Alec Burks at the point?
Right.
When Alec Burks is not a point. You could have gave Miles McBride some minutes there. You know what I'm saying? You could have gave quickly. You know what you could have done? The easier thing for Tibbs to do with Quickly at point is stop standing up, yelling in his ear every time he bring the ball across half. You yelling shoot, 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 and Quickly ear, and Quickly is trying to diagnose defense and learn stuff on the fly, right? Right, because Quickly wasn't the training camp point guard. He was a summer league point guard. Remember him and Miles McBride. It was Quickly at the point, McBride at the 2, Grimes at the 3 last year in summer league, right? So give that guy, just give my man some easy plays. How about some post up in the low post relocation spot up, something easy, right?
Yeah.
They didn't run that. They didn't run none of that stuff. And then two, it was just a mess, man. We'll be a lot better this year.
It was a mess.
Yeah, we'll just be a lot better this year, y'all.
I think so.
Jerry Fitz is in the building. Jerry Fitz, what's good?
But so this is Steph's third year, right? In our playoff year, what do you think of his coaching? So let's try to see. Again, I've always want to look at the bias we have towards Tibbs. That year when D Rose came in, how was Tibbs coaching that? What do you think about his rotations, everything? Do you think that it changed from one year to the next? What happened between 2021 and 2022?
Are you saying that will the rotations be different?
Well, I'm trying to see the pattern. If the pattern changed last year, or was it the same? And therefore, this year, how strongly do you trust that he'll change? Or did he adjust last year because he had different players? Did he make adjustments from the previous year?
My personal thing is I think Tibbs wanted to change, but couldn't change. I think Tibbs, Ron, what's good, bro? I think Tibbs wanted to change the slow pace of the team. I think Tibbs then wanted to run. And when I watch the games, I could hear Tibbs say, "Go, go, 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 go." But when you have guards and stuff, basically what you saw in summer league is what Tibbs wants to do.
Okay.
Right? But when you have veterans that are in like comfort zones, they be more resistant to change. Y'all know how it is. The older you get, the more resistant you are to doing something different.
Right. So this year you anticipate a much faster pace and the rotations. Again, I'm looking at the players and I'm saying who's going to get left out. Are we going to have a 10-man?
Hey, Rob, you got a feedback, man.
Yeah, who's got feedback? Rob? Who's that? Okay.
No, we good.
Yeah, because I mean, again, I see 11 players I want to have on the floor. I see 11 players that should get some run. Otherwise, they'll be.
But you got to clarify that because when you say you see 11 players that you want on the floor, are you suggesting that those 11 players deserve NBA minutes, or do you want to see those 11 players play and a certain number develop? Like, do you think 4 should be players and then 7 should be developing? Do you think all 11 can contribute to a deep playoff run? Are you saying all 11 should contribute to developing, knowing that this year ain't going to be the year, and let's just run some stuff and work on continuity?
Good question.
Right. Actually, that's a great question because I think different players at different stages. Let's look at Cam and RJ, for example. Contract year, they're at a point in their careers where this is a critical point in their career in ways that we have to see what they got. Or make a decision next year whether it's going to give him a $80 million contract or trade in Cameron, giving him $50 million, whatever we want to give him. But I'm looking at the way it's lined up. I just can't see even these 11 players off the floor in any way, shape, or form to give him at least 10 minutes of run. So I'm talking about lineup. Let's just say a basic lineup, assuming Tibbs going to do Tibbs. Brunson, Fournier, RJ, Randall, and Mitch, right? That's established kind of like Tibbs' mindset, what we know of him to be starting lineup. So with that starting lineup, the next point guard coming up is either Rose or IQ from Tibbs' point of view. And I kind of see Tibbs leading to Rose, but let's give him benefit of the doubt. He stays young. He goes IQ, Grimes, Cam, Obi, and Hawkinstein. You know, I heart, right? So that's our 10 right there. Between the Rose is on the bench, Tim's is on the bench, McBride's on the bench.
Hey,
And
do I got a
the other
feedback?
two guys, I'm okay with. So I don't know if I want to see D-Rose and Sims not get some run. And I really would hate to see McBride not get some run as
The
well.
slowest
So
I'm sorry. No, I was just going to say the slowest person on this team who really glaringly doesn't fit is Fournier. With the up, I mean, everybody else got speed. He walks in quicksand or runs in quicksand.
Oh man.
Man. What's going on, fellas? What's going
What's
on,
up, brother?
man?
Good, Ron.
Rob, what's going on, boy?
What's good, Ron?
Man, Hardwell, what's good, man? Hey, man, I hear y'all talking.
What's up, Ron?
Hey, much, man. What's going on, man? It's a good time to be a Knick, I tell you that.
Yeah.
How you feel about that Grimes, man?
How I feel about Grimes? Hey,
Yeah.
I told
Ham
Freezy
sandwich.
yesterday. Hey, Freezy need to go to Ruth Chris and go ask for a steak. Porterhouse. He need to go. He need to go look on that
Stop
menu
the
and look for the one that
cucumbers.
say Grimes. And stop talking about Trevor Keels, man. Trevor Keels is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We don't even get the
To the
jelly.
roof of your mouth.
We don't even get the jelly.
Stop talking about him. That man airballing the ball from 4 feet away from the rim. My 14-year-old daughter can make that all net.
Didn't he call Grimes a ham sandwich? You was the one going it?
Yeah, he been on Grimes' head a long time.
Big
Man.
time,
I done peep Freezy out, man. You know what Freezy do? That's my dog, but you know what Freezy do? Every year is one player that you pick on this roster.
Yep.
He's gonna ride him until they show him better. Last year was Obi. This year is Grimes.
Dotson 2.0.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Freezy, man. But yeah, man, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. We got a kind of a dilemma, man. Because even for me with this roster that I'm looking at, first off, let me talk, but that guy. I love Derrick Rose. I appreciated his services. But it's time for Derrick Rose to go somewhere where he can get a
Where's the plane?
where he can go try to get a championship. We're not close to getting no championship, man. Don't go out like that. You know what I mean?
Way.
Go somewhere where you can get a chance, man. Maybe somewhere like Milwaukee.
Yep.
You know what I mean? One of these contending teams, man. Try to get there. The Knicks need to do right by him. Send him somewhere like that, man. Don't put him in purgatory. Don't send him back to no Detroit. Send him someplace where he can try to get a ring. You know what I mean?
Right.
We appreciate you, Derrick Rose, man, but it's just about timing, man. Your time is
That's it.
it's time to move on.
Milwaukee
It's the same thing with Taj, man. It's the same thing with Taj. And I actually could have taken Taj coming back, and I even saw the report. They said that Taj, the Knicks was trying to release him and then bring him back for less money. But what made him go sign with Washington is Washington going to offer him playing time. So that's something we couldn't offer. You know what I mean? Hey, shout out to Taj, man. Appreciate your work.
He's washed up.
It's time for us to move in a new direction, man. And
That's right. Amen.
And the new direction is stop stargazing, stop star chasing, and build your own star.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Let just keep. Hey, we got 22 draft picks, the most in the association. Just keep picking. You keep picking. Eventually, it's a law of averages. You're gonna hit on somebody. Somebody's gonna be that dude. Stay away from all these quick fixes. Stop looking at other people's rosters and coveting other players. Man, let's let this thing build the right way, man. Hey, like I told y'all last night, y'all know I'm a fair man. If you're doing right, I gotta give you your credit. If you're doing wrong, I'm gonna give you them Game of Thrones. You know what I mean? And Leon Rose right now in this front office, they didn't hit on all these draft picks, man. Even Trevor Keels. And notice I said peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Who don't like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Who ain't allergic to it? You know what I mean? Don't get it
to the roof of your mouth.
I see potential in the young fella, but he got tired. He got to go work. He got to go to the G League and go get some work in. But man, Derrick Rose, it's time for him to go. And Grimes, this is my dilemma right now.
Wow.
This is my dilemma. Derrick Rose, I mean not Derrick Rose, but Grimes. From what I'm seeing from Grimes, I'm not holding Grimes back. He has to go in that starting lineup. He has to go in there. I'm not playing Grimes at the small forward.
Nope.
I'm playing him at the 2.
Yeah.
Now this is the dilemma. You do that, Cam, who we all need to see, and RJ. We know we got to play RJ. So RJ gonna keep playing at the small forward. That's your dilemma.
Yeah.
That's your dilemma.
Have Fournier come off the bench.
Fournier can come off the bench, or I can fly into parts unknown too.
So you starting Grimes off? You starting Grimes off the way you did in the summer league?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you what I'm starting Grimes off of. What I saw last season, because I don't know how everybody keep overlooking the fact that this man Tibbs had done changed course on Fournier. Grimes was about to take Fournier's job. There was times that boy was sitting on the bench watching Grimes play. Why? Because Grimes brings something he can't, which is defense. And say what you want to say about Tibbs, but Tibbs is defense first. All that shit, yada is good, but that man is still about defense. And if you can't play defense, he don't care. He'll put you on the bench. And he had Fournier riding that pine a lot last year. If Grimes wouldn't have got hurt, this would have been a foregone conclusion. Everybody would have known next season Grimes would be the starter.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if Grimes is a cold cut trio or a hot ham and tasty. Right.
So you mean is it Boar's Head? You saying like Boar's Head?
Is it Dietz and Watson? You know what I'm saying?
Is he a Subway sandwich or is he, a nice deli that you go to?
Yeah.
That bodega hero with the chips, the package.
Yeah.
Combo.
And
yeah,
then the combo.
And is he dark forest ham sandwich? Or no? And so I say that because I understand where Ron coming from, man. But what I'm getting at is when I called him a ham sandwich, bro, I wasn't saying that this dude is a throwaway. What I'm saying about Grimes is there are certain people in our fan base that as soon as a player flashes a teeny bit, they start comparing him to the Michael Jordans of the world and to the Scottie Pippens and all that stuff. And I'm like, easy, bro. Just the kid is 23, man. Just let him, develop into the best version of himself. Let's not. I understand. Listen, I love the wind beneath your wings concept. Like, I want to support the guy and have him be. But this is the Knicks we talking about, bro. Because if we push him up to that lofty standard, and then he don't reach it, we are the same fan base that's going to flip on him.
Well, you got to see more out of him. You want
right. Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Yeah, the reason why I called him a ham sandwich is because he's not Klay Thompson in his prime. Klay Thompson in his prime was 28. This dude is 23. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying about Grimes, man. Just let the kid go out there and play, man, one day at a time. And then the best thing about it is instead of projecting what he's gonna be, after it's all said and done, we can just reflect on what he was. Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I just want to be in the middle of the road. Like, cause there are some people that think
clean up on now 3.
Right. Nah, man. Nah, but this is what I've been saying the whole time. But because I called him a ham sandwich, people think I'm like trying to throw him away.
Would you start him?
I think this year is very important for him. He gotta earn enough minutes for him to go in that direction, for him to be what we see he could be. And that'd be my whole thing when we rush to say somebody could do something with a coach that's not going to put you in position. Even though Tip gave him a shot, though. So let's just hope this year he continue to get more run to really be able to, because that's what it's going to boil down to. You know what I mean? If he's going to do this against the top players in the NBA or against NBA competition this season, and then then we could have a good conversation on is he going in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? I was happy that Tibbs gave him a shot, and it's because of what Ron said. He's a two-way player. He's showing he could do with both sides of the ball. You gotta call it like you see it. That is a fact. But my whole thing be the coach is the problem. You know what I'm saying? Tibbs will hold you back, and you're not even winning when he could have been in. How many games I was saying, put Grimes in, put Grimes in. Yeah, put Grimes in. So that be my whole thing. I see the potential, but to me, it's a lot of reasons why these players won't reach their full potential. Things ain't being run the right way.
I'm gonna tell you this.
I just got some breaking, just some breaking news, just real quick, bro. If the Knicks have a bad season, and it may happen, and they draft the Thompson twins, you can kiss Quentin Grimes goodbye. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Or that other kid,
See, Freezy, look.
Y'all, see, you wearing my guys ain't even in the
just
league
broke
yet,
down Freezy.
Nah,
You just
that's how
killed
the NBA
everything
is now.
you just said.
What I'm saying,
that was top
what I'm saying is, and so before y'all assume what direction I'm going, I'm here right here in the flesh. I can say it for myself.
Yeah,
what I'm saying
you already got the man's replacement already. Now you talk good about a ham sandwich. Everybody know what you mean when you say ham sandwich. You say
you say here, Rob. You say here ready at the dealership, ready to trade him in.
Knicks fans is getting hype off him killing players that just got drafted, bro. So you got
I just told you what my
No, I'm not
evidence
saying
for him is based
I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, he killing dude just came in the league. All of them top dudes in the summer.
We're talking about what he did last year playing for us.
Exactly. That's what made my decision.
No, but you got. I didn't say you.
Yeah,
or Rob. I'm saying that you got Knick fans going crazy because he doing that against players who haven't played NBA minutes yet.
Right.
No,
I hear that sentiment, but you know it in the same breath.
Playing in the G League.
Yeah, I understand that, but the top players that just came out the draft is some of the top players in that summer league. When you seen Ivy, when you seen the kid that went to Sacramento, you see that's all he's saying. He's saying new talent could come in and surpass these 1-2 year guys. That's all he was saying.
Right. And here's a comparison. Evan Fournier has been playing Quentin Grimes' position all these years, right? Quentin Grimes comes in as a second-year player, and we're automatically saying that Evan Fournier can go to the bench, right? But then when I say the Thompson twins can come in and get Grimes out of here, all of a sudden, because
that remains to be seen, though. They're not even in the league yet.
Right. Okay. All right.
You guys ain't bumped NBA basketball yet, man.
Right.
I believe that the years ahead experience it always gives the guy advantage, right?
Exactly.
He got to be playing a lot of minutes and really excelling in his position to say a guy can't come in and either catch or pass him
right
and get an opportunity. That's why I say Bonchero, all them kids coming in, if they getting more minutes, and look how they look. Grimes look good in that because he should. If you heard what the guy said when you watched that game, he said those guys got minutes on the Knicks and they should be doing that. And that's how I feel.
But you know what though, Hardwell, in the same vein, there's a lot of guys who get them minutes and don't ever improve from the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers show it's more guys that don't. So I'm happy Grimes is doing that. I don't want it to sound like I'm not happy for him, but I'm just trying to show
because we are
of what he's saying, what Freezy just said. It can happen. It's true. It's microwave play. It's a dude right now coming and getting all the minutes over there. The top picks could pass Grimes if he ain't getting enough minutes, and he killing in summer league just like Grimes.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Grimes is the least of your worries on this roster right now.
Far as what?
Far as he's a guy that's gonna play the game the right way. He's confident. He gonna play defense. Why you think Tibbs love him?
Tibbs better play him that way so he could develop right.
And Grimes wasn't giving nothing last year because Tibbs don't give nobody nothing. That guy earned them playing time last year, man. He earned it. And I remember them even saying, they said the guy was just too good in practice. They couldn't keep him off the floor. And so that's where we at with Grimes. You know what it is? We in uncharted territory. We as Knicks fans have never seen this. We have never seen this. Where they just strictly building from within. So we
Speak
never
on it,
watched
Ron.
the
That's
They got a
right.
bunch of
the young
second
player
round
project.
picks.
So but if the Knicks get the Thompson twins, then it'll be something different.
They need both of them.
I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yes.
Don't look for the Knicks
They
to be in
could-
no lottery this year.
They could get both of them, bro.
Don't look for the Knicks to be in no lottery
The
this
possibility is there. And what it is what I'm saying about Grimes, man, is if you like them, say you like them, but don't change the argument just to make what it is that you like about Grimes look better. Because to say that Evan Fournier, a veteran, can be pushed by a young guy, right? Can happen, and then the Thompson twins come in, push Grimes, can't happen. Well, you ain't never seen them play. Well, you can't say both. You can't speak to both sides. You can't come out and say the same thing with different results. No, you can't do that.
But you don't know,
Yeah,
Freezy.
but
For
the
one, it
reason
look
why we
crazy.
say that,
Freezy,
Freezy,
And
is
for
because
two,
of the defensive end.
nah, because what you saying is a dude that
Grimes,
average.
look,
What you saying
look,
is a dude
Fournier
that
don't play
average.
defense.
Right. And what you saying is a dude that averaged 6 points a game deserves to be an NBA starter. That's
I know-
what you're
Because 6 points a game was 6 minutes a game.
saying. Exactly.
Remember, he had 27 against the defending champs this last year.
He had he averaged 6 points a game. So he had a huge game, and
On
then
how
he
many
still averaged
minutes?
6 points a game.
And on how many minutes was Grimes averaging?
But
That matters.
See how the goalposts keep moving.
No,
The
because
goal,
that's-
y'all
that
move-
matters.
yeah,
You
y'all
can't
move
call
the
6
goalposts.
points a game.
If you like Grimes more than you like the other players, just say you like Grimes more than the
No,
other players.
but
But
Grimes give you defense. Fournier doesn't. We all know that.
Right. Okay. So
So
Fournier,
did they start him over him?
So Fournier should go to the bench. So Fournier should go to the bench because he's not a good defender.
So you telling me you're gonna stop
Yes.
Fournier over? You telling
Yes,
me
right.
your statement you're gonna stop Fournier over Grimes?
That's not even what I'm saying.
I'm asking.
I never said any of that. I never said any of this.
I'm asking what you're saying because if do you think Fournier should start over Grimes?
I never said any of this.
No, answer the question, Freezer. Do you think it?
No, I
Who
never
do you think
said
should start at the 2 next year?
I don't know, man, because the thing is, you can't just throw personnel out there. You got to take into account everything.
RJ should start at the 2.
What systems
The
are
most-
you running?
Yeah.
What systems are you running offensively and defensively?
I hear
Right?
you, man.
It's a whole bunch of it's a whole bunch. Now that you have a point guard, do you need RJ Barrett to score as much? And if you don't need RJ Barrett to be a primary ball handler as much, RJ Barrett can get back to the things that he can naturally do. That means you may be able to start RJ Barrett at the 2.
That's that
Now,
dilemma, man.
It's all about
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because
And
RJ
now,
and
We
then-
got to patch up the defensive holes. We got to
Right,
patch up the defensive
there are too
holes.
many things. Just throwing 5 names out there
Even
on the
though RJ
floor
was
does not
was
mean
part
that
of that.
starting lineup is going to be a good starting lineup. That's
And
what I'm
Freezy,
saying
I'm gonna tell you,
the whole time.
I think that's why all reports is, they're really trying to move Cam. We gonna hit it. We may as well get ready for it. They are trying to move that boy off of this team. I think they're trying to do some kind of clarity with this roster because if you move Cam, you better be coming back with something of better value or at least equal to.
That's a damn shame, y'all.
You see what I'm saying? Because right now they've been talking with Miami about moving him, amongst other teams.
Cam
That
for who?
Cam thing ain't gone away yet.
So I don't think Cam's going to get moved. I think Fournier is going to get moved because Fournier doesn't fit anymore. He doesn't fit. He really doesn't fit. And Freezy, to argue against your point, Grimes is a better fit next to Brunson than Fournier. Yeah,
Exactly.
because
Hey, what? Hold on.
Defense is
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Okay,
Because
yeah,
you
this
don't
is my
have
opinion. This is
right,
my-
because you don't have data to support that. So
No,
when
but
you say that,
sometimes-
you be,
but
so
see,
when you
this
say
is
that,
a
you're
situation-
my opinion is such and such and such. But if you don't have data to support it, you
Okay.
can't state this fact.
I understand what you're saying.
Defensive
But
data.
this is a point where analytics can only go to a point because there's somebody mentioned that the fact that there's uncharted territory. You know, sometimes we have to have a maturation process for things to work because of not knowing what the outcome is. And so sometimes you have to take, I would say, what is called a leap of faith. Now we look at Maxey and we look at Quickly and we say, oh, well, why can't Quickly become like Maxey? Well, Quickly hasn't had an opportunity to have a maturation process, or as we know it as playing time. Playing time makes a difference. We've seen the process in New York. I'm going to throw out another name, Kevin Knox. Look at the playing time he had, and we see the results, and we see that he took a plane out of here. So give Grimes a chance. Let him maturate.
And
Let
especially when you got a defensive minded coach, that's just the thing. That's the thing that you know.
And Tibbs is going to go with what he knows. He knows as a defensive guy, so he's going to be somewhat biased to a defensive guy. I understand what you're saying about Fournier, and I would say really the same thing about D Rose. Appreciate y'all service. Now it's time to package y'all up and move y'all on and let these young boys cook. Now you may say, well, we need some veterans. Randall's a veteran. Look how long he's been in the league. Mitchell Roberts, he's been around, 4 years. RJ is really a veteran when you think about the time that he's had in the league, and now going back to the maturation thing. Look at the progress. RJ has progressed every year that he's been in the league. Yeah, he got some things to work on, but he's much better than he was when he came into the league. You talked about Trevor Keel, same thing. He's got to maturate. He got to learn. He's got to learn the process. Nobody just comes in and just takes over. That's a generational talent. We don't have that.
Nope.
But something that we're doing here in New York, as you mentioned to your point, Ron, that has never been before. We are in uncharted territory. We are taking that leap of faith. Again, we've talked about this in prior casts. Patience, and I know it's long. I'm going to be 56. It's been a long time. I've been a fan. Well, Freeze, you already know. We ain't got to talk about that. I'm willing to sit back in the cut and let this cook and see what happens.
And you know, I got a good point on this thing, Cash, man. You know, and I'm listening to you, and you just took me there. And I got to say this before, because you know, you get older. If you don't get them things out, them things will fly away. You know what it is in that starting lineup right now? Is the want over your need. That's what you got to ask yourself. With the fact that they brought Brunson in, we don't have a need for Fournier in that starting lineup because Brunson is going to bring in scoring. You see what I'm saying? So what is more needed in that starting lineup right now? Because you got RJ and Julius, 2 20-point scorers. Brunson going to average 20 because he averaged 16 on 31 minutes. He's going to average 20. So you got your scoring, but you need defense. Fournier doesn't provide defense on that perimeter. He's a liability. No matter how good he is offensively, he's a liability defensively, and we got a defensive-minded coach. That's why it's not going to surprise me why they've been talking. He's another one they're talking about moving as Fournier. In my scenario, I would put him to the bench. He still got value on the team, but just not as no starter. And we've seen him next to Kimba. You got Brunson here, who's a small guard just like Kimba, and you're gonna put I can't take a chance with Fournier, man. Not when I'm seeing what Grimes is doing. And then you got to ask yourself that. You look at Grimes' projection and where he's at right now. Is Fournier gonna give you more than what Grimes gonna give you in that starting lineup? You got to ask yourself that.
But okay, so a bunch of that is wait, hold on. A bunch of that stuff is general stuff, right? Because I heard Grimes is better. What is Fournier going?
You break it up.
Your mic is. Okay. You got that robot. Yo, what's up, fellas? How's everybody doing today, man?
Hey, what's going on, Zombie?
Everybody's good.
Salute.
Yeah, man.
Man, you know,
What's good,
me and
Eddie?
me and Freezy, last night we was talking about the same subject ad nauseum. And the Grimes and Fournier conversation was a heavy topic. Um, I'm just gonna say I'm one of the one of his biggest supporters. It's been that since we drafted him. You know, when everybody was like, going nuts because we were dropping down in the draft and we were doing this and that and finagling our way down and getting assets. When we picked Grimes before Phoenix came up, because Phoenix was a team that was looking heavily at Quentin Grimes, right, to play him behind Booker. You imagine that 1-2 punch, one coming off the bench, a Grimes coming off the bench for Booker in Phoenix. But the Knicks are a super smart organization, and they picked them before Phoenix came up was able to pick Quentin Grimes. So I'm gonna start off with that. Like, I'm one of his biggest supporters, and I hope the best. I hope he becomes everything that we want him to be. But when it comes down to who do you want to start, you kind of like said it, Ron. You was like, um we can have a Fournier's offense coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? We don't need Fournier starting. You can kind of like use that twofold. You can do the same for Fournier, and you can say we can have that punch of Quentin Grimes coming off the bench because they kind of interchangeable. You know what I'm saying? You can have Grimes coming off the bench, and for me, the biggest thing right now is not necessarily him starting, putting him in that starting unit. For me, the biggest thing is keeping that second unit together. For me, the biggest thing is keeping IQ, Obi, Grimes, Deuce, Sims, keeping that intact more than giving them the opportunity to start at this point in time because, you know, he's almost there. Like, he still needs a couple of hours of cooking, though. You know what I'm saying? So there's no need to rush him into putting him in the starter lineups because the bad thing is once you see him get into the starting lineup and he doesn't produce what he's supposed to do, then you take him out, then that's where the decision is bad. You know what I'm saying? If you do it the other way, where Fournier has been the starter, he's been the starter for years, and then he all of a sudden has, you just can't bear having him there, and then you bring up a Grimes, say midseason, if that's the case, right? That's a different process for him. So you guys got to think, someone in that sense of it's easier to bring him on slowly than to thrust him into that role at this point in time because I don't think he's ready yet.
Yeah,
We'll
he
And
need
see.
a couple. He
and
need a
there's no
couple years.
Time will tell.
See, I understand that, Eddie, but let me ask you
Good
this.
point. That's a good point.
Let me ask this. If we had a starting unit of Brunson, Fournier, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, where's the defense going to start at? The five?
Where is the defense going to start at? What did you say?
Where's the defense going to start at? The five? If we have a starting unit of Brunson, Fournier, Barrett, what's his name, Randall, and Mitchell Robinson, where's the defense going to start? Strictly at the five?
I think what we have to probably think of is because when we think of defense, we probably think of just like man to man, like guard up, like who you guarding up against and straight up. But when Thibodeau, he's a defensive guy, it's a scheme. So like when you see like the Knicks play and you probably say, yo, they be getting cooked all the time. You know what I'm saying? They look horrible on defense, this and that. But at the end of the year, when you look at the numbers, they're 10th in defense or 11th in defense. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah,
here when it comes to percentages. You know what I'm saying? They're here when it comes, and this is all with those same guys that you guys are you know
but it didn't work.
saying with the same guys that are saying no. Obviously, we didn't win the games. There was a lot of close games, but we didn't win the games. But being top 11 in defense, that's something to be said. Even we had Kemba, Fournier was out there. Julius Randle had a bad year. RJ Barry looked like he was getting cooked you know what I'm saying? So That's what I'm trying to say. It's like don't look at it like, man, Fournier, he's gonna have to play DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan is gonna cook him. Look at it in the whole and see at the end of the day how we really gonna look.
I hear
That's
what
the problem.
I
Can
hear
I
what
say
you're
something?
saying,
Can I
but
say something?
he gonna cause undue stress trying to guard somebody out there on that wing. It's
Can
gonna
I?
put added pressure on your
All right.
back, on your front line when he gets blown by.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in scramble mode. I'm telling y'all right now,
I'll
man.
give that 20 games. I'll
Just
give
Salute,
it
just
20
No.
salute to
games.
Andy. Salute to Andy. He
I'll
just
give
put
it.
in the chat ninth in defensive rating.
Yeah,
just knowing the way Tibbs is.
I'll
I
give
just
that.
Tibbs is waiting for a reason to put Grimes in there.
I'll
And how you know that? I mean, Fournier, we got to read the evidence, man. When the evidence out there, you can't deny it. If Fournier was such an integral part to this team, why Fournier been on the trading block and still is? Same thing with Cam. We got to ask ourselves, there's no matter who we may like, even if it was Obi's name being run around in trade talks. Hey, I can't dismiss it. You know what I mean? And why is Fournier name coming up? Because that boy Grimes. And you know why? It's not like we pulling this out of the air. We saw it last season where Grimes was taking his minutes.
But either
So
way,
the evidence is
he
there.
got to go.
Yeah,
And then a lot of times Fournier didn't even play in the fourth quarter.
exactly. Grimes
He
was
didn't
playing.
play. He didn't play a lot in the fourth quarter. And then for that, I'll give it 20 games. And then, like Freezy, like to go to the analytics. I'll go to the analytics. In other words, I understand what you're saying, the 10th overall, but what composes that being the 10th overall based on what lineups? In other words, taking the analytics a couple of steps further, what was the most effective lineup that helped lead to that 10% rating? And I would guarantee, without even looking at a number, that Fournier's name is not in there. It's based on another lineup that Fournier is not in there. I'm not agreeing. I'm not going against the analytics, but what I would want to see is Fournier's name a major part of that percentile for the New York Knicks? And I guarantee that his name ain't there.
I want to say, Ron, you got a point because Fournier and those guys, they couldn't stay in front of their man. And as far as a scheme, the scheme wasn't working when you always gotta constantly leave your man to help, the penetration. And that's what the problem was with Mitch. So Tibbs didn't really. He had schemes, but the schemes he used, it didn't work. In reference to how nobody could stop their man, and that's to me that's a problem, and that's what's going to take Fournier out the lineup. So that's why I agree with Grimes get in, it'd be because of his defense, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what we need to stop penetration more than what it was. And Fournier's not doing that. And if it was ninth and we don't, we should have, we got to be in a better position. I mean, that's a crazy stat though. If it was ninth in defense, because I don't really see it.
You know what? I think we're ninth in defense because of the scheme. It's one thing to have a scheme. It's another thing to have a personnel that fit the scheme. And
Yeah,
Grimes,
better personnel makes the scheme better.
Grimes
Yeah,
is the person or part of the personnel that fits the scheme. Now watch. This year, we're going to be top 5 defense. If Grimes starts, we'll be top 5 defense.
And guess what else, Cash? I'm talking about
I would
evidence,
say
right?
Grimes start.
You want some more? You want some more evidence on this situation, man? Remember what Tom said at the end of the season? He should have played the young players more. That's even more evidence.
I mean, that's 100% true.
That's even
I
more
mean, even
evidence.
if he don't start, Ron, he still get more minutes.
Yeah, he's gonna
Even if he
get
don't
a lot
start,
of
if
minutes.
Fournier's not there, he still will get more minutes. You know what I mean? So I just think,
Yeah.
as far as him
Right.
needing the minutes to get better, is very important, whether he start or not. Because I agree with Eddie on that part. He's not ready yet. He need another season or two. But it's important that he gets minutes throughout these next seasons for him to go where we projected him to go, as far as what we seeing. You know what I mean? So
Right.
either way, if Fournier moves, he get more minutes. So I just think it's important for him to see minutes, and it's important for players to patch up. You know, on the wing, we need players that's gonna
Yeah,
play
man.
good defense and stop having to rely on Mitch leaving his man to stop the ball. That and what Cash just said is true. Better people in that scheme makes it work even better. When you gotta basically help more than one guy, you can't have more than one liability out there. You know what I mean? And like he mentioned as well, that was my man P. He said it's five people. He said, "Where's your defense at?" Like, you know what I'm saying? In that
Yeah.
lineup with Fournier, with Mitch is the backbone, he's the five, and that's not enough defense on the court.
Yeah.
That's
That deep.
exactly my point. That's exactly my
Yeah.
point where Hard Will's coming from at the,
Yeah.
and because we always, this is the one of the biggest phrases in all of NBA. It's not who starts, it's who finishes, right? So we have to give him that little, the leash obviously is getting longer for Quentin Grimes for him to do his thing, but we still have the leash on him. We can't just let him roam because we don't know if he's gonna come back.
And this
You
is
have
year
to,
this is year 2 for Clinton, right? This
right,
is
right.
this is
This is
year
year
2. So
this is
I
year
mean
two for him still.
yeah,
So
he's
he's
doing
still learning.
he's doing great, man.
Now you got to give
You
him credit
wouldn't.
for cracking Tibbs' lineup too.
Yeah, man.
Think about that.
Yes,
And I
yes.
feel like when you do stuff like that, that means you going in the right direction. Because I always scream, let guys play or whatever, right? But I
Mm-hmm.
also say if you can't beat out these old heads, even though we got to question some of Tibbs' move, like with Cam and certain situations, we got to be fair. But if you can't outright beat an old head, you shouldn't be playing.
And I'm gonna tell you, my mindset, hard will, man. I'm gonna always be a defensive guy, man, that loves defense. You know what I mean? In the old adage, we know, they said defense win championships, and we saw that again with Golden State. They were the number 2 defense. It wasn't so much their offense; what they did to Boston defensively got them that championship, man. And we got a defensive-minded coach that's about that defense, and that's why when I look at our team,
Hey, so if it matter if it's all about who closes games and not about who starts
mhm.
necessarily, why don't we start quickly? He's a good defender at the point, and have Jalen Brunson close out games.
You saying start quickly over Brunson?
Yup.
No, they
Wow,
ain't
No, it's
nah,
not
they
paying.
gonna
ain't
They
happen.
ain't
doing
paying
that,
100
bro.
plus
That's
million
not
to
gonna
get those
happen.
players and give away picks and
Man, they gave
have.
Brunson the keys already. I heard
He
Isn't
got
that
the
the
bag.
oh,
He
That
the
ain't
man.
happening.
they
Yeah,
gave
that
him
ain't
the
happening.
keys, the title, everything. They gave him the car mats. They gave him.
oh,
Everything.
They gave him the meal plan.
They gave him the bumper guard and everything.
Yeah. He got free meals at Sylvia's year
You
round.
were
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got the package.
Sylvia's eat
Sylvia's.
free.
If Clyde's wine and dine was still open, he would have been going there to eat for free.
Word.
so y'all think it's the money that warrants Brunson to start, right? If that's the case, what about Fournier?
I mean, the way they did it, Brunson gonna start.
But and then you got to look at it like this. It's like I was saying earlier, man. It's about a need over a want. You know what I mean? We need to solidify that point guard position. Somebody who can run the offense, can get others
Hmm.
involved in that starting lineup. So Brunson's value to us in that starting lineup is going to be way more than what Fournier's, you know what I mean, ability in that starting lineup going to be. And that's the whole reason why Grimes and him is a conversation. Ain't going to be I guarantee you, this conversation we having is the same conversation they have about Grimes and
Hmm.
Fournier. I
Yeah,
guarantee.
because
Let me ask you guys a question. With everything that we've added, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a team game, right? This ain't
Yeah,
individuals.
exactly.
So I really don't like to harp on individual players and stuff like that. I don't think you guys have ever heard of me, comment or have takes on individuality and what this player or that player is, throughout this whole time that you guys have heard me. But everybody in the totality of the team, the players that we bring in, Brunson, being a true point guard, um, Isaiah Hartenstein, being a five who can spread the floor a little bit, not shooting wise, but through his playmaking, spread the floor a little bit. Do you think that Evan Fournier be in the same role that he had last year would have a better year this year than he did last year. And like last year he broke the record. Um, I'm of the thinking that he's even gonna break his own record this year with the talent that we have acquired now on the team. Y'all don't think that's the case? You think he's done?
I think offensively, to your
That's
point,
a dope
AC,
take.
on the
I agree
offensive
with
side,
you.
I just
absolutely.
think that Grimes makes him expendable.
I think he's more valuable coming off the bench. Eddie, that was a dope take. I think he could because then you started off saying team ball, and that was the problem why he didn't have good games. He's used to playing that way. So if he does be in that environment, I think he will excel because we can't lie. Like he played good ball and he got steals. He did a lot of things that we overlooked. But if we trying to develop and Grimes is showing better defense right now, then it do make sense. I'm not saying Grimes
Off the
does that,
bench.
but to get more minutes and let Fournier be able to do his job with less minutes because he could do his job. And being that we are going to move the ball, hopefully, then it should be easy for him to get his.
And to go
Before you
along
move
with
on,
Hard Will point, man, hey, this still a shooting league, man. And I ain't gonna take nothing from Fournier. I gotta give him his credit. The boy can shoot the nylon
He could
off the
shoot,
ball,
yeah.
man. He can shoot.
Yeah,
So there's a premium on shooting. You put him in that second lineup with Quickly and Obi. Oh my goodness.
yeah. There you
I
go.
mean,
That's fire. That's
yeah,
fire.
it
except for
is.
maybe
And that's
Yeah,
why
with
I'd almost rather
Hartenstein,
him go to the
play
second
five
lineup
out.
instead of trading him. I don't want to trade Fournier. I'd rather him be in that second unit.
right, but
Because the contract ain't bad if he's coming off the bench for the
all you got to
production he
show
can give you.
I don't want to
Ronnie,
trade
what you
Fournier because he's still we're better with him on the team this year with what we did than without him, like trading him for a
right.
second round to get off his money. Because when it comes to next year, when he really is an expiring contract, it's going to be way more valuable, and those are trade chips. Like you can move up in the lottery with somebody that wants to get money off their books because of Evan Fournier who has 17 or 18 million. So you have to be smart in that sense and to say he's valuable to us this year as a player, and he's even more valuable next year as a chip. So the winnings comes two way. You know what I'm saying? You can get into the lottery next year. Let's say Washington has a lot of money on their books. And let's say Washington has a top 12 pick, top 10 pick. You know what I'm saying? And we got like three of them. We can definitely move up using Fournier as a chip to get money. That means they get 2 picks, 3 picks, and money off their books, and then we move up. So
Or
you
a
got
team like Milwaukee or somebody.
a
Yeah.
lot of there's a lot of things that you can do.
Winning teams.
There's a lot of things that you can do with him. But right now his value is not as much because he still has one more year left. So you getting a player with 2 years on the contract. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
All you
that's
got
that's
to show
that's another way to look at the reasons we should be keeping him around.
Mm-hmm.
quick question now. All you
And
got
not
to
It's a
only
good
that,
it's a good problem to have.
all you
Right.
got to show the debate is between Grimes and Fournier, or could it be between RJ the 2 and Cam at the 3? So it may not even be Grimes Fournier. It may be, Brunson, RJ, Cam, not, Brunson, Fournier, Grimes, and RJ.
Cam
You got
got to
to
I'm
be
gonna
crack
that
the
be
debate.
I'm gonna be
rotation.
I'm gonna be
Cam got
honest.
to crack the rotation, like they said earlier. I think.
Yeah, I'm not even
Don't
looking
have
at Cam
to.
in the equation right now. He hasn't
I
shown me
know.
anything where I say he can look pretty or whatever the case is or whatever you guys want to say, smooth or the blah da 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 da. He ain't shown nothing to me where he's not even in my equation yet, bro.
But
Hey,
this
I
is
feel
what I
you.
think, though,
I feel you
at
on
the
that,
2,
man. That's how I feel about Jalen Brunson, man. That's how I feel, man.
but
I
if
mean,
you
don't
put
sleep him though.
RJ at the 2, should
Brunson
RJ
did
be
his
the 2
thing in the
guard?
playoffs, man. And that's what we always like to see, man. It ain't what you do in the regular season. What can you do in the light get the brightest? And y'all knew I was one of the people who was like, man, I wouldn't sign him. But I can't discount what I saw. I
Yeah.
can't discount what I saw, and he ours now. So, you know what I mean? He's the best option at that point guard position, period, on this team. Period.
Shit.
Ain't
Right,
even a
but
question about
You
him.
see how Leon Rosenum was just at LeBron. Imagine how they was on Brunson. How they was talking to LeBron. Imagine how they was. Imagine how they was getting Brunson. They had to get him over here, man. That boy showed up. He went to his game and all that, bro.
You
That
know,
boy Brunson.
Yeah,
And we might look back at this deal
to show out, yeah.
3 years from now and be like, you know what? Not even 3. We can look at this deal next year and be like, boy, you know what? We happy we got him. We happy we got him. Because we know the cap gonna go up too. You know what I mean? So,
That was a
for
good
what they
pickup.
paid, and this is the one thing I must say I gotta give Leon credit on, because I was killing him on this, and I always said, if you want something bad enough, you need to go ahead and get it. If that's what you want, you go get him. You know what I mean? They wanted Brunson, and they went and got him. So I got my hats off to him. You know what I mean?
Was it that hard though?
I think so. I think so. I don't think it was as easy as people think.
They go hard period.
Because they had to move some things to get the man too. You know what I mean? They had to get a team to agree to take Nerlens Noel, Kimba. You know, they had to do some maneuvering. It wasn't just as simple as just, hey, we had the 100-something million to just pay him.
And how would you feel if it wasn't even like 100? Like, because in actuality, when the contract is going to come out, it's going to be a 4-year deal with a player option in the 4th year. So it's really going to be 3
Be a
years,
little
7.
less.
It'll be 3 years. So that's why I don't get caught up with, like, you know, the money like that. You know, you just got to be, especially when it comes to the Knicks, they're really sly when it comes to doing contract situations
prudent.
and contract negotiations. That's like their strong suit. So I just saw somebody on Twitter put up something saying that we didn't get 3 picks for the Detroit Pistons trade.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I saw that.
Yeah, that's how, you know, how things get misconstrued. Like, because we didn't get 3 picks from the Detroit trade, we got 3 picks from the Oklahoma City trade.
I'm gonna tell you
when we gave him the lottery pick. So, you know,
what
that's
I'm
how
happy
Knicks
about,
fans try to get you, and you be like, oh man, this was horrible. This was worse than I thought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But they never read the fine print.
I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm happy about, man. Is just I'm seeing a team that's hungry. They look hungry, man. I think the embarrassment, because let's face it, this season was an embarrassment. Every which way it was an embarrassment. All them guys on this roster got something to prove. Every last one. Every last one.
I want to hear what you guys want to do for ideal starter lineup with the current team we have. What's your ideal starter lineup with the way we are situated right now? If everyone comes out and plays, let's say during
but Anthony A, you asked that question like 10 times already, man.
Because I'm not hearing
that same question.
you've
asked it like 10 times, man, and then we just get to fighting over. At the end of the day, we get to fighting over Grimes and Fournier.
Exactly.
That makes good entertainment, Anthony.
I want to hear it, man. I want to hear it, man. Because when you guys keep throwing those names, and I'm like, is that ideal or that's what you think?
But okay. How about we do it this way? What do you want?
I want Brunson, RJ at the 2, Cam, of course, Randall, and Mitch right now as it is.
Okay. So why do you want that?
Because I think Cam, if he can get to his potential at least a little bit more than I think he will, if he's healthy, I think that wing defense, that perimeter defense, and then the extra athleticism that he's going to provide is going to make us a little bit better, even though we're missing a knockdown 3-point shooter like Fournier.
Better how? Offensively or defensively?
Both ways, both directions. I think defensively, without a question. Defensively, because Cam, is going to make up some mistakes with Mitch right there to save. That RJ and Randall may or may not have been on their game, but I think they will be. I do think the height, the size matters a little bit more. Taller players. And now, offensively, his versatility, his ability to drive, and he's solid. He's a solid mid-range shooter with a little bit of a threat outside as well. So I think that athleticism also throws your team off.
So Cam Reddish at the 3 offers more upside, in your opinion, offensively and defensively, than the alternative of Evan Fournier and Quentin Grimes at the 2.
Yes.
That's a question. Okay.
That's my belief. Because I think RJ's strength at the 2 is exponentially greater than him at the 3, so he'll offset the loss of what we may have with 40 and Grimes.
Okay.
The right spots.
Duly noted. Duly noted.
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask you a question, Anthony?
Hardwell, you want to hear? Let me hear Hardwell. What you got?
What you got, Hardwell?
Yo.
Yo, what's good, y'all?
What's good?
What he want to hear? Starting lineup?
Your ideal starting lineup.
Starting lineup.
I mean, like we said, it's
I know
hard to
Fournier
say.
not
We don't
sitting.
know who's going. I mean, right now, Mitch, Randall, can't say Cam, RJ, Brunson, and that other spot, I'm not sure.
Grimes.
I throw Grimes in there, but I ain't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Ron? You did Ron Cleveland?
He stepped away. He stepped away.
What about you, Danny?
What Will said, I go with Grimes. I bring Fournier off the bench because there's no D in the word Fournier. So keep him on the bench. Keep him away from the starting unit, please.
You heard that, Andy?
Oh man.
Right.
You know.
Andy gonna come in here now.
want
Andy
you
gonna
to
pull up now.
Hey, Danny, let me ask you this. You know that Quentin Grimes is a below average free throw shooter at the 2 guard spot, right?
He had to go away. Danny went away.
Yeah. Listen. Ideally, long
I would
term.
go with Cam. I would go with Cam if I had the chance.
Long term, this is what I want. And this is very long term. This is past this year and the future. I want my starting lineup to be Brunson, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch. That's what I want the future.
Yep.
That's what I want the future to be. Right?
That's good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the second unit, I want the second unit, and this is very long term. Right? This is very long term. I want the off the bench, I want IQ and Grimes together with Farron Hunt. Right? Some other guy at the 4, not Randall, and Jericho Sims.
Yes.
That's what I want the future to be.
There we
go. Like I want those 9 kids or those 9 guys to be the future of New York Knicks basketball. I love Julius Randle. Yeah. Right? I love Julius Randle. And I think long-term Quentin Grimes is going to be a great player. I would just prefer what RJ, Cam, and Obi bring on the wings.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the long-term projection. In the moment, because we in the moment, right? We in the moment right now. Grimes is looking like Ray Allen right now in Summer League. So we in the moment, right? In the moment, if they start Grimes at the 2 over 48, I'm not hurt. But the thing about it is I want them to say we like Grimes over Fournier and not just detract from what Fournier can and can't do. Because the thing is all the things that people say Fournier can't do, RJ Barrett can't do those things either. And nobody is saying take RJ Barrett out of the starting lineup.
I was gonna take him out.
But too much of a defensive, like those add up of more people on the court who can't play defense in reference to having one less player than could.
Right.
Because that does matter, right? When you got to hide somebody in reference to having to help more players on defense to keep their man in front of them.
Well, RJ and Evan Fournier got the same defensive rating.
Mm-hmm. That's why it was a problem, though. That proves that. Right. So that would have to change. So one of them got to come off.
One of them got to come off. Mm-hmm. And so for whatever the reason is, Like for us, we just don't like Fournier because Fournier ain't homegrown and he not gonna be here long term. And so we don't want him to be a starter, and that's okay if we say that, right? If we Fournier is not homegrown and he ain't gonna be here long term and he make too much money in some of our opinion, right?
Right.
But I feel like we should just say that. Like, nah, man, Fournier just said he just don't fit what we looking to do, because eventually we're gonna have to get a star in here at some position. And with Fournier making up that money, we ain't gonna be able to pay a star because we paying Fournier. Right? And so, you know, the quicker we come to that conclusion of certain guys, like the reason why even through Alec Burks's production or non-production, depending on how you look at it, a lot of us didn't want Alec Burks here, not because they didn't like Alec Burks as a person. I think Alec Burks is a swell human being. But when he getting minutes over Cam Reddish, bruh, when Nerlens Noel is getting minutes over Jericho Sims, Taj Gibson getting minutes over Jericho Sims, bruh, come on. What we doing? What we doing here? You can't say rebuild and development on you know what I'm saying, right now, and then in 10 minutes you like, well, we value the contributions of the veterans. Nah, come on, man, just be real, keep it a buck.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's how I be saying. Like even here on these, yo, like with me, if I like somebody, I like them. I ain't ready to say Trevor Keel's gonna be the next Michael Jordan. I like Trevor Keels. I like Farron Hunt. Right? Y'all know that. I've been saying Farron Hunt name every time we talk Young Core. I brought up Farron Hunt name all the way back since April. Right? Y'all know I like Farron Hunt, bro. I ain't ready to say that Farron Hunt that you know what I'm saying. You know, Cam Reddish better be where, because Farron Hunt. You know what I'm saying? Every time y'all hear me say Cam Reddish and Farron Hunt, I always say Cam Reddish has 10 times more ability than Farron Hunt. And the NBA know it. But the thing about it is who is closer to unlocking the ability that they really do have? Is Cam Reddish closer to unlocking his all-star potential, or Farron Hunt is closer to unlocking his potential to be a quality NBA player? I think Farron Hunt is closer to unlocking his ability to play. Okay, babes. I think Farron Hunt is closer to unlocking his ability to make an NBA roster than Cam Reddish is to unlocking his all-star potential. Yeah, man. Yeah.
I would say this. Part of the main catalyst to us getting into the 4th seed, it wasn't just Julius Randle's play and Derrick Rose play. It was the fact that we could get stops. That's what it was all about. It was us getting stops. Say what you will about Elfrid Payton, but he was a decent defender at the point of attack. That's something to take note of. And as far as if we want to fast forward it to now, how are we gonna get stops at the starting lineup? If we got Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett in the starting lineup, with all due respect, and what's his name, Evan Fournier. Like, how are we gonna get stops with these guys? Do we run zone?
It'd be tough.
Like that's our main. That's always been Tibbs' main thing as far as his offense go, is running. Is getting your offense through your defense, and the only way you could do that is through stops, respectively. So
now, in respect to that point, Tibbs' offense has always been read and react, a point guard getting 2 feet in the paint to compromise the defense. That's what Tibbs wants to do on offense, is read and react, high IQ players, right? And Evan Fournier is a high IQ player. We can't say you ain't. How often you seeing Evan Fournier do dumb stuff? Now he's limited physically, right? Physically, he's limited. Like, he ain't gonna jump out the gym. He ain't gonna run real fast. And sometimes a defensive matchup will eat him alive. Like Evan Fournier guarding LaMelo Ball. Yeah, I remember the Friday night game we played in Charlotte. We went to that game, and they ran a switch, and Evan Fournier guarded LaMelo at the top, and the clock was winding down in the corner. And LaMelo was laughing at Evan Fournier being in front of him. And we could hear him saying, "This is y'all stopper? This is y'all stopper?"
Wow.
At Evan Fournier, right? At Evan Fournier. Yo, you have no idea how much NBA players talk trash till you go to a game, bro.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You have no idea how much trash talk you hear between players at a game.
Yeah.
Right. 'Cause that's why I knew Kimba was washed. Because when Miles Bridges was talking about like this my house punk, you washed. I was like, you know what?
Oh.
I
My
was like,
question
you know
to the
what?
whole panel is who's more valuable as the two? Not Brunson. Alec Burks or Fournier?
Burke.
See, you know what it is? I think,
Fournier now because Burks is gone.
yeah.
Oh,
You
damn.
know what it is though. In reference to the comparison, I think we still developing young players, and Fournier is already, you know what I'm saying. He just a vet on the team. So I think when we even compare him to saying RJ has the same defensive rating, he's still learning how to, remember last season he guarded some of the best players and he had to take on more of an offensive role. So he got to improve better on defense. As far as Fournier gonna be that same defensive player or worse as his career declines. You know what I'm saying? He's going out the league soon, even though hopefully he get a ring. But these young guys, hopefully they're gonna improve on D. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that way. And I think that's the key question, Freezy, that we keep getting back to. Are we developing or are we trying to win? And Fournier there when Grimes need the minutes to improve and these other players are there need the minutes to improve. That's the part that puzzles me because I'm not saying we don't need him because we do need somebody to make the type of shots that he make, especially how somebody broke it down on that second unit, how he may look, or even in the first unit with good ball movement. But if we don't really make the playoffs or go on this run that they claim that we can go on, is they sacrificing Grimes in those minutes, giving it to Fournier and Quickly or whatever other person's supposed to really be at the two behind RJ or whatever decision they decide to play RJ at, position they decide to play RJ at.
That's a lot, bro. That's a lot to think about.
You know, I mean,
That-
I think just real quick, I think Fournier will probably give us a better chance to win earlier this year. I gotta agree. I mean, compare Fournier Grimes, but I'm thinking 2-3 years from now, and that's where I want to bring Grimes in to start to get him and the whole team towards 2024, 2025. So that's why Fournier, and then RJ too. Again, I'm really strong RJ the 2 because RJ is a 2 and will dominate on the offense. Will bully some 2s on the offense. And again, I want to look towards 2025, which is why, again, Fournier, I like his whole game. I know, yes, he's a little slower, but the high IQ makes up sometimes for his little defensive, lapses or inabilities. So, but I'm still, I gotta sit Fournier, man, because I gotta look towards all these guys ready to start some minutes and learn from their mistakes and develop, some kind of team chemistry and cohesion. And I'm saying, for the next 2 years, yes, which means that Fournier is the man out because Fournier will probably not be here 2025.
Right. But I think we should just say that, bro. I think Knicks fans should just be honest with themselves and each other. Like how D'Angelo do. D'Angelo be like flat out, yo, I just don't like Randall. And be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I already have him
I
gone.
said it, Freeze. Just move Fournier in reference to developing them. That's how I feel.
Right. But here's the other thing too. Right? Nobody is going to take on, not this stage in the game, nobody's taking on Evan Fournier's $18 million contract. Right? Because they already spent money in free agency. Right? Now, if you was going to move Fournier for anything, now would have been the time to move him. Right? But now that all the cap space is gone for all teams, or for most teams, right? For most teams. Now, if you trade Evan Fournier, you getting bodies back. So now not only are you just now basically what you're doing is changing the dollar for 4 quarters. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's all you're doing because other teams are gonna be like, man, you want me to take on Evan Fournier? Well, we got to match salary for one. Here, take these 2 or 3 bodies And you're like, what do we need with 3 bodies?
What
You're like,
what about Duncan
somebody-
Robinson? What about Duncan? He's on the outs in Miami. What do you think? Would they do?
And somebody say he's worth more next season when he's got to expire it because he got 2 more years left, right, Freezy? He got
But
2
you wouldn't
more
do
years,
Duncan?
right?
Would you do Duncan
So I
Robinson?
think
Freezy?
1 more year. I see what you're saying. Though. He's worth more next season when you could use him as somebody said it as a bargaining chip in reference to just trading him for more people that ain't gonna play. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because
But yeah, I'll get what you're saying though, Will. It's a matter of if it doesn't pan out with Fournier, is it worth? Like my thing is, would I rather lose with Fournier, getting the bulk of the minutes, or would I rather lose with Cam Reddish?
Thank you.
Seeing what we have in Cam Reddish, like
That's what I'm saying.
we all agree. We all agree to that though. No,
Now,
like
because you
don't.
said it was too much, and I try to break it down to what my main points was and what I was trying to say, because that's the sacrifice right there. And that what I said, they still stuck at that point where they're not picking, even though they moved a lot of people already. But it seemed like they still think they're acquiring a roster to make a run. So I don't want to doubt it because it's still my team. At the same time, Quentin Grimes need more of that time to be the person that we see he could be. Like he was just saying, that's the main point. Or even Cam or these other players that you even think could be good, right? They're gonna need those minutes, or just continue to do it other ways that ain't gonna develop them properly. If you ask me,
right? But yeah, because in 2 years, think about this: in a year or two, we're gonna be thinking about, well, how does Trevor Keels play into this equation?
Exactly.
Right? Not this year, and maybe not next year, but down the road, we think, well, how do we fit Trevor Keels in? Right, and then the whole time you're drafting more rookies too, right? So now you're like, well, what do we do? What are we doing here? You know what I'm saying? So I get that part. That's why I mentioned clearly that what I want for the future of the Knicks is Brunson, RJ, Cam, Obi, Mitch. That's what I want for the future, right? And then on the bench, IQ, Grimes, Farron Hunt, Jericho Sims. I left the 4th spot open because we don't have a young, bouncy big behind Obi, right? We don't have a young, bouncy, athletic big behind Obi Toppin. So we'll probably fill that in this year. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is this, man. I'm just saying it, bro. I'm not gonna do. Evan Fournier is a quality player. Evan Fournier is a quality veteran. You need guys like that. Evan Fournier is 38% for his career from 3, right? For his career, all whatever number seasons, 38%. Over 10 years of shooting threes, he's at 38% for his career. That's impressive, bro.
He's not a starter, though.
Right now, though? Right now, is he a starter?
I don't think so. I don't think he should be.
I don't think he's a starter for the Knicks.
No, that's what I meant. Right? Yeah.
But if you have a backcourt of Jamal Murray and Evan Fournier to go with Aaron Gordon and Jokic and the Joker, I like Evan Fournier as a starter because
it masks his his flaws. So
right, because they don't value defense as much.
Right.
And plus, you have a point guard and a point center on the floor at the same time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So in that scenario, I think Fournier thrives. Fournier is like 17 points a game.
I mean, Freezy, as far as you saying why he's still here, that was a great point. Like, it makes sense because he is instant. I think I forgot who mentioned it, but they say he was like he could be a bargaining chip because you don't want to lose him for players that could equate to nothing. So we're not saying just trade him just to trade him, and I think that's why he's still there. They probably want to go in that direction, but I can't wait to see if they start him or not. If they don't, then
it's intriguing.
It says a lot.
I think he's going to start him. Yeah, he'll start him.
Yeah, knowing Tibbs, he'll start.
I think he'll start him.
That's what I'm thinking.
Tibbs will start Carmelo Anthony if he had him.
Yeah, that's what I'm just so.
He'll be D-Rose, Carmelo, Fournier, Taj at center.
Yeah, man. Man. The whole,
put the band back together.
Yeah, man. I think the whole thing is intriguing because for the first time in 30 years, we actually have decisions to make. Starters and backups.
And now we're giving the front office credit. I get where I didn't want to give him credit the last time.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I gotta go, man. I got so much stuff to do, man.
Oh, come on.
Work.
11 o'clock game tonight. 11 o'clock game.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
a
gotta
late
prepare
game.
for that. I already put the thumbnail out. Y'all see the stuff on YouTube. Y'all will get a notification in a little while. I already did that and sent that out to the guys so that they could be ready to jump in and man do some stuff. If y'all need some graphic design or something cheesy to put on a t-shirt, y'all hit me up. I'll do it. Yeah, man. I'll send you a smiley face of Randall D'Angelo.
Oh, please. I'm waiting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
FedEx, please. I can't.
Yeah. I'm gonna put it on a hot dog t-shirt, a t-shirt with a bunch of little hot dogs on it.
Hot dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
guys, let me get out of here, man. Thank y'all for coming through.
Later, later, guys.
Was dope, man. I'm gonna holler
All
at
right, y'all.
y'all.
All right, y'all. Later.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Salute.